Shit, all right, we live.
Live. All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
Before we get started, we want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh. Honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, and peace and safety to all the sincere IQ. All right. So it's been really these last 2-3 weeks have been hot in Israel. You know, since December came in, but you know we reporting live. You know, as we do. Matter of fact, you have a second chapter. We'll open with that. All right, because a lot of things is happening in the news, man. You know, you had this guy Donald Trump. He took things up a notch in the spirit. You know, Donald Trump took it up in the spirit, or with up in the tensions between him and Iran, which is the whole world. You know, because you have this. I mean, there's so many things going on. It's just a matter of what you want to. You know, you Russian roulette or whatever that thing is. Just spin the wheel. You know, pay the price is right, and just pick a point, because everything's happening at this point.
Prophecy roulette.
Yeah, so you might as well go open up with the Habakkuk. Just get a scripture going.
Okay. Start at the top.
Yep. Habakkuk 2:1.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me.
And through the spirit, the prophets of the Lord have been doing that for decades now. But there's things in the spirit that are now like, it activated. The Lord in the spiritual realm activated certain things. Because like me and brothers were speaking, man, going back to 2009, 2010, man, you come out the highways and byways or just in video and you spoke about World War III, you were laughed at.
Yep.
You were looked at like you were a crazy man, like World War III. Mm-hmm. So all of this is surreal to see the start of 2020, a new decade. Man, World War III was in every person's mouth the last 24 to 48 hours, man. Mm-hmm. To the point where Jake made memes of it. Right. It got so out of control that literally Black Twitter had to get involved. Yeah. All right? So we've been waiting upon our watch. But now we're seeing these prophecies happen. Keep going.
God. This is Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me.
And that's why we've been through the spirit have been allotted a very important position to be able to watch. Matter of fact, get Ezekiel 33. To be able to watch our enemy come in. That's an important position to have. And through the spirit, starting with our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, we don't take that position lightly. Whereas a lot of you camps, you're taking it lightly. That's why your faith is fluttering. Mm-hmm. That's why you're going back to more carnality. You're going back. You got phobia with bulletproof vest garments. You know, mm-hmm. As spirituality is more important than ever, you other camps that have not been on your watch, and here we are. Matter of fact, drop that and go to Matthew 25. Because through the spirit, you can hold that, but go to Matthew 25. Because through the spirit, we've been warning you assholes, man. We've been telling you other camps, man, cut the shit and just get to prophesying. Teach. But now when the pressure's up, now you can see who's scared. You ain't gotta say you scared, you can see it. The one that tells you that, what do they say in the world? The loudest one in the mouth, the loudest one in the room is be the scariest. All this tough talk, all this tough guy Israelite foolishness, you can see you wavering because the spirit ain't working with you. You can start at Matthew 25. You can start at the top.
Matthew chapter 25, verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom, and 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish.
And this is a pinnacle prophecy that's got to be fulfilled. Seeing who those 5 foolish and 5 wise virgins. Because the number 10 is a number of completion. So that represents the whole body of who's calling themselves Israelites right now. The 5 foolish, that's not including Christianity and Muslims. That's us right here in this faith. All right, keep going.
Verse 3, they that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them.
Yeah, so you got a lot of Israelites that they have a lamp, they got a little bit of light, they have the potential to shine, you know, but through the spirit they don't got it. And that's a majority, like Apostle Gabar said. All right, Hey, but you know what? You know what? Edomite like that, a survivor time like this, man.
Right. You see that shit?
Cause she this is good what this is cookout weather for her. Jake, that's how you know when the Lord takes, when he really ceased that spirit of mirth out of this place. A lot of you Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're in trouble. Part of being a foolish virgin is not measuring the time diligently. If you're wise, you're gonna measure the time and see, no, this is what time we're in. Let me get serious. Since January 1st, it's been a real serious spirit. Not too serious where you going goddamn crazy in your house, but nah, man, this thing is heating up, man. But a lot of you still playing. You still playing with this guy Vocab Malone. You still playing with the black conscious community. You still playing with the world because you're not wise. You're foolish. You keep going with that.
Verse 4, but the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps.
Keep going.
While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept.
Yep.
And at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him.
Now what is that entail? Read that again, brother.
Verse 6, and at midnight there was a cry made, behold.
Now midnight, matter of fact, will you go to Romans 13 and I'm gonna say 10. Romans 13 and 10. Because at midnight is spiritually in between one day and another day. All right? The day of what? The day of Esau and our day. So when Yahushua comes, that's also the fall of Esau. So all of this is going hand in hand. You got that in what did I call it? Romans? You got that?
This is Romans chapter 13, verse 10. Love worketh not ill.
Go to 12.
This is Romans 13 and verse 12. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light.
Now who's going to do that? The 5 wise ones. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness. All right, not entangling yourself with this world more than ever, because this world is closing in, but it wants to take you with it. Hey, man, Esau ready for this time.
Shirt on.
Read that again, brother.
This is Romans chapter 13, verse 12. Let the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light.
Yep, and the armor of light is what? This truth. And what does it say in Matthew the 25th chapter? Their candles, their lamps. Part of that light of that's going to light that up is your righteousness. And that's what we're here to do to all these people. Matter of fact, hold that and go to Daniel 12 and 4. Because the light is what's going to carry us through these times, man. As the scriptures say, what? We walk by faith and not by sight. So it's more important, more than ever, to tune in with the spirit, man. Not get overzealous, because I want to change the spirit in a few minutes and jump on the fact that we can't get too gung-ho on everything that's happening in World War III is heating up, but we got to remember, the chip got to come first.
Yep.
So we're not going to be out of here tomorrow, because even if Iran drop bombs,
Right.
we ain't going nowhere until that chip, because it's all spiritual, right? Now you got that precept.
Daniel chapter 12, verse 4. For thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro.
Yeah, we're in the time of the end, and many are running to and fro. Go ahead.
And knowledge shall be increased.
Oh man, knowledge is increasing on all platforms, man. The knowledge of the left-hand side, the knowledge of the right-hand side, right? Carnal knowledge, spiritual knowledge, knowledge in general is increasing. That's a sign to show us that what time we're in. It started out in that verse saying what? And then in the end, right? Now these scriptures of the end is starting to really speak. Keep going, brother.
Verse 5. Then I, Daniel, looked, and behold, there stood other two, the one on the side of the bank of the river, and the other on that side of the bank of the river.
You can drop that. All right. Now go back to, where were you at?
I was in Romans.
You was in Romans. All right, you can drop that. Now go back to Matthew 25. And then get 1 Corinthians 14 and 40.
It's Matthew chapter 25, verse 6. And at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him.
So that's what we're here to do. We're here to prepare the people for the bridegroom's return, which is Yahushua. All right, we're the brides, we're the virgins. All right? Matter of fact, to prove that point, go to Revelation 14:3, all right? But our job with the wisdom, with the oil, with the understanding is to do what? Steer the people the proper way. Lead the people. Like the Lord said, if you love me, feed my flock. And part of that is leading the people in the right direction. All right? If you're a coach or you're a leader or you're a boss, it's your position to be able to direct the minds of the people in the right direction. It's not our job. We're here for the long suffering game. We're not here to tell you, oh, we're going to be out of here in the next few days. Sometimes men get overzealous and happy, which we hasten the day. But at the same time, we know as prophets that this thing got to completely come. It's the work of the Lord got to finish, man. You got something going, bro?
It's real quick. This is Jeremiah 51:46. Unless your heart faint, and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land, right? And that's basically what happened. See, Jake, like you said, Black children was making jokes about it, and brothers being overzealous. Oh, it's World War III,
Yeah.
right? But the Lord says this. He says, unless your heart faint, and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land, because it's a rumor.
It's a rumor.
Right? Now going back to Matthew 24,
Yeah.
right? It says that there shall be rumors of wars. Okay? But the end is not yet. It says, a rumor shall both come 1 year, right? So now we here it is, 2020 just came in, right? This year, now we're hearing the rumor, World War III. Okay? Everything is prophecy, man. Everything is in the scriptures, so you can understand and be able to watch, so you can know the play-by-play as it happens, as the Spirit reveals it to us.
Yeah, because if I may, before you continue, this is what you speak about diligently measuring the times.
Right.
When you're measuring something, think about a measuring cup. If you baking a cake, like baking something it's more science than it is finesse. You can't go into the kitchen and say, "Oh, I'm baking this cake and I'm a eyeball." You can't eyeball bakery items. You can't say, "I'm making this cake or I'm gonna throw 3 eggs in it because I decide to," or "I'm gonna throw 2 cups of milk and 6 scoops of butter in it." No, you're gonna mess it up. So we're measuring. We have a keen eye through the Spirit of Yahweh.
We got the recipe.
Right. We have the perfect recipe. We have the recipe, so we can see in increments, and that's why it's our job, like you say, to amp up the people in the Spirit, but also keep them in tune. Also, Go ahead, brother.
Right. I'll start from top.
Go on.
Jeremiah 51:46. Unless your heart faint, and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land.
Because right now you got a lot of Jake, and when we say in Jake, we mean Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That this rumor, World War III, you know what I mean? Jakes are trying to flee the country right now.
Going to Africa.
Trying to go to Africa.
Canada.
Trying to go to Canada. Want to go to the islands. Because of a rumor, literally a rumor, because they don't have faith.
And they don't know the scriptures.
They don't know the
because they don't listen to the prophets.
That's it.
It says, a rumor shall both come 1 year, and after that in another year shall come a rumor, and violence in the land, rumor against ruler against ruler. Right? So basically we're hearing the rumors of World War III happening.
Yeah.
Okay, this year, last year, if the Lord wills it, next year or whatever. But even going back to year 2000, year after year, you're hearing the rumor of these things coming. But guess what? Like the brother opened up with in Habakkuk 2, we have to wait for it, because it's not going to tarry. It's going to come. But we have to make sure, like brother said again, diligently watch for these things, so we can make our calling and election sure. But we still got to warn you and tell you it's coming, so you can be in the right spirit and mind.
That's right, because the scriptures speak about the word is known as a flame of fire. And if you know anything about cooking, not this new age going into your oven and preheating the oven to 450, but actually going outside and creating fire, cooking something. The hardest part is not ever starting it's hard to start a fire, but the hardest part of a fire is maintaining a fire. And that's what we're here to do through the Spirit, is what? Maintain our fires and teach each other and exhort each other to maintain your fire. Because right now is the perfect time for you to basically overheat yourself. You just be, it's on 10, man. No. Before we get the hell out of here and before the missiles can truly drop, you gotta know that chip gotta come.
That's right.
All right. Now, matter of fact, get that in 1 Corinthians 14. You can drop that, bro.
This is
No, Salaki. I want that Revelation 14.
This
Salaki.
Revelation chapter 14, verse 3. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the fourth beast and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with women.
And it's clear as day now that this is what time we're in. Because the song is ringing out. It's loud as ever. It's clear as ever. You know, remember that game on depending on the age of you brothers on Nickelodeon? And then you had to they would have like a blurry screen. And as the time went by, it would buffer a little bit more. You'd be like, oh, it's a bowl of fruit. And then you would win the prize. Now we're seeing, because the scriptures say what? We prophesy in part and we know in part. Huh? You remember that? Yeah, see?
Think about it.
Yeah, but that's how it is. We're starting to really see the picture clearer than ever. But if you can't see it in this day, then hey, basically, the Lord don't want you to see this. Huh? All right, keep going.
These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto Yahweh Shah and to the Lamb.
Okay, well, and to the Lamb. Those are the ones not defiled by a woman, the virgins. That's speaking of the five wise that are doing exactly what they're supposed to be. Now, from there, let's go to that in 1 Corinthians 14. Because now we're going to segue into the chip, man. Because a lot of people don't want to talk about that and want to scoff at it. But as we see things speeding up and getting to that point, that only means the chip is really already here. War is even war. That's still kind of a level of a distraction.
Yeah.
Like we know is huge biblical prophecy, but what we really need to be watching for which is the chip, man. Now get that in 1 Corinthians.
Watch the economy.
Watch the economy because
all
all
of
of
have
it.
a reason to bring the
Right.
chip in.
So because now is the time to see how is this devil going to bring this chip in, man.
Right.
That's what my mind's been at, because it's like we know war is on the brink. You know them drums is beating. But now it's like, how is he going to do it? Is he going to do it through a false flag? Is he going to do it through biological warfare? Is he going to do it through the economy? How is he going to do it? Because we know that chip, even the war is all to lead towards that chip, man. Now read that in 1 Corinthians 14 and 20. 14 and 40. Might be the last verse. Yep.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 40. It says, let all things be done decently and in order.
Read that again.
Let all things be done decently and in order.
Now the scriptures say, let thy will be done as it is in heaven, as it is on earth. Now through the Spirit, the Lord is what? All things got to be done decently and in order. So we know through the scriptures, because we've been what? We've been shown the secrets of the Lord, that he's been made manifest unto us, that what? That chip got to come, man. And that's what we got to really push for. That's what we gotta warn the people for, because if a nuclear attack did happen or some type of war breaks out, that does what? Bring about fear. That's brings about fear, and what are people gonna do? Do whatever makes them feel comfortable. So this is the time, man. Listen, however this devil bring this chip, don't do it, man. Now read that in Revelation 7.
This is Revelation chapter 7, verse 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree.
Yep. Now these are the 4 angels of the earth holding back that destructive wind. Matter of fact, when you go to hey, you still holding Jeremiah? When you go to that same chapter, go to the top, because that destructive wind is coming. But clearly, the 4 angels haven't let it go, because all out war hasn't happened. They're not gonna partly let the winds in. Like, well, we're gonna let a little bit in. No, that is when this is going into the fact when all the servants are sealed. So we know that all the servants ain't sealed, because the buildup isn't finished. You got that, brother?
Jeremiah 51 and 1. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind.
A destroying wind. All right? That wind is already set. That wind is destruction. All right? Missiles being dropped. All right? Or whatever it is. Like the brother, I remember a few weeks ago, the brother Zachariah was holding that sign. That Edomite was scoffing at it.
Uh-huh.
Would he walk by now and scoff at that sign?
Right. USSR.
USSR. Would he scoff at that sign now?
Right.
Because more than ever, that's looking very real. That looks like a meme. The prophets of the Lord, we've been ahead of our time. We've been hashtagging, bombs over from Iran for years. For years. For decades. All right? So that starting with the apostles, definitely. For the last 30 years, this has been being pushed on the earth. But now Jake sees it and they want to make fun of it, but it's okay. It's still pushing the spirit out there. So the scriptures say you can't do nothing against the truth before the truth. So even the Jake scoffing at it is still pushing the vibration of war. They're not pushing the vibration of peace and love and honor. No, they pushing destruction, that sword. All right, what you reading from?
Revelation chapter 7, verse 2. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the four angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the service of our power in their foreheads.
So that war that brothers is looking forward to, where it's a sea of fire, that ain't coming yet. Now, through the spirit, what are we waiting for? We're waiting for that chip, but will all out destruction come? We're in war. So there's a possibility that we're gonna start seeing bombs attacks coming here to America, attacks coming to American allies. Now it's gonna intensify, but that Revelation 7 war that we're looking for, where it's just that fire, that lake of fire, that ain't coming yet. Because there's prophecies that have to still be fulfilled.
That's right.
All right? Mm-hmm. You can drop that. What did I? Yeah, the chip. Let's go there.
This is Revelation 13. I started
You can start a few verses up.
11.
Let me see. You could go straight to
What's it?
go to 13.
13.
Yeah, let's go to 13.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he make a fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
Yeah, go ahead.
And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do.
And that miracle of the old was when what was that? Was that EU? Was that EU or the NATO when they dropped in the Gulf War? When they dropped their weapons?
Yeah, when it goes into they made fire.
Fire, yeah.
Yeah, that's NATO. That was the bombing of Herzegovina in 95. So a little after.
Right.
Yeah, but that was when NATO, the beast itself, that was when they did that bombing in 95.
So they've been working that miracle, and another part of that miracle is what? When they make it rain, there's nuclear fire. When they make this RFID chip come out, that technology, that's a miracle in itself. Because like we're going to see, we're going to really see what people try to scoff at is when the apostle says, oh, this is the year of that. That doesn't mean the year of old is dead. Like, all right, the year of the Charagma is done. Like, that's it. No. Those spirits still follow over, still continue on. Even on Esau's left-handed side. You think that on their economist list of 2019, where they had a lot of different things, you think that just because certain things was accomplished or didn't accomplish, that that's a wrap on it? No.
Right. It's an agenda.
It's an agenda.
That's what they're looking forward to. They're not, because even they know you can't squeeze all that in 12 months. That's why they, the whole thing with 9/11. That was what, 19 years ago?
19 years ago.
Going on, 18, like 19 plus years ago. They still ain't. That's still that whole New World Order. Making it because they got the One World Center now because they still trying to achieve that One World Order. They're still on the plate.
Yeah, they're on their agenda. There's policies and acts and laws that they wrote 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago that didn't mean nothing back then that we're going to start seeing. Oh, this law, damn, okay, they was on point. This is all war. It's chess.
Yep.
It's a spiritual war play. All right? The battlefield is physical and carnal. Yep. All right, keep going.
Revelation 13 and verse 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
And he had these people deceived what? Years ago, because at one point everybody looked at Esau as if he was the only one that was strong. All right? That is the highest level of deception that this devil has done to the planet Earth, was when he made everybody feel like they were weak. Which he had them in a position of weakness. Going back to the turn of the 1900s, even up until really the last 20 years, 20, 30, 40 years, really, you could say, where these other countries began to establish themselves through military means, economic means, resources. All right? Keep going.
Saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Keep going.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Yep, and that's the system. Now keep going. We're going to get to the chip.
And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or
mark,
in their forehead.
That mark is that RFID chip, right? That is the biggest thing. That's the level of deception that we are watching for. We need to warn the people for. All right. Matter of fact, go to in the Apocrypha 2nd Ezra 15, and you can start at like 13. All right, keep going. We're gonna read that chapter again. Read that verse again.
Revelations 13 and verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Now we're already in that system, but now is the time where he's going to take this system to the next notch. This is what we were watching for. Like all of this is just basically distractions and keeping you on your toes, so to speak. Like Esau's going to flood you with everything he possibly can because he wants to keep you distracted. If Jake is talking about it, understand that that's the distraction. Think about that. Jake loved distractions. That like through the Spirit, the Lord God has set up for us to have gauges of, bullshit gauge, authenticity gauge. Is this worth paying attention to? Is it a distraction? Now, what is our gauge? Like you remember on what's that movie that came out last summer with Sandra Bullock? Bird Box.
Yeah.
How was she able to tell?
Yeah,
Bird Box. Yep. To tell if the figures or whatever was near, right? Look at that, many prophets. Was what? A little box to be able to do what? See if those apparitions or whatever was near. So we could tell through propaganda that what? This is BS in the news right now, man. Because our people are eating it up.
Well, this the thing. They want to get, they joking about it, but on a serious note, it's a real thing.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, it's not going to be a joke. It's not going to be a meme.
Right.
Them missiles are on their way over here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like you want to talk about serious issues though. You want to talk about something like that now, and it's like, come on, man. All right, we've been trying to put you up on the truth, But that's like Scripture says. But this shall be unto you as a breach waiting to fall.
Yep.
That will come suddenly, because it's going to hit you, and it ain't going to be no tweet that you
it ain't gonna be none of
make about it. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't none of that. Keep going.
Reality gonna hit you.
Revelations 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor,
Small and great, rich and poor,
free and bond,
So this is going to be a time moving forward where your freedom is going to depend on if you have that RFID chip. A lot of prisoners aren't going to be able to get out of prison without this chip. You're on probation. You might have to take this as a probationary or parole technique. You travel, you might need this chip. Your job, you're going to need this chip.
Right.
Everybody in between, everybody outside of the elite is going to take this chip. And when I say elite, I mean the elite on all sides. Because at the end of the day, it's all it's about. The elite of Israel. The elite of Israel is the elect. They're not going to take the chip. The elite of Esau is not going to take the chip. You think the elite of the other nations is going to take this chip? No. This is a chip for the Goyim.
Right.
Right. This is a chip. The Goyim, all right, the cattle. They're the ones that's going to be chipped. We're not chipped. We're not cattle. Through the spirit we endure. All right. Keep going with that in Revelation.
Come. To receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads.
And the technology is here. Least we forget that Amazon was rolling out a grocery store years ago. Least we forget that me and the bishop went to Delta and we saw the biometric system that they have there. Least we forget that this technology is already here.
Right. Hey, I did a video yesterday. I put it up. ABC News, which is a major news outlet. All right. They put this article out and then they use it's like a real life Tony Stark, trying to play on your love for Marvel and these movies, entertainment. And this guy, he got like 4 different microchips in him. But that's part of the miracles used to deceive you. Oh, it's used for convenience and it's going to be used to
safety.
For safety. You can open your car with it and all of that. But see, they're pushing it out there. You got these mainstream news outlets that's touching this information with this technology, and by doing that, they're going to be part of the reason why a lot of you people get this mark of the beast.
This Matthew chapter 24, verse 24. For there shall rise false Mashiachs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
Yep, if it be possible. That's why we have to keep our eye keen on what's going on. This isn't a time to just, like I say, you have your emotions all up. Like there's little victories in the spirit that you always going to celebrate. But at the same time, it's a matter of speaking to, in the spirit of certain men will get themselves, like you said in that with Jeremiah, will get themselves so excited that they excite themselves right out of the truth, man. Oh, we out of here. You know how many we out of here moments we've had in the truth? Now things is heating up, but at the same time we got to be honest with ourselves. We got to be honest with each other. We got to keep each other intact. Be rooted for being in the mind frame of long suffering. Because when you in that mind frame, you're keen, your eyes is single, you focus, and you're looking at this devil like, I'm not gonna fall for your distractions. I'm waiting for push that chip, Esau. However you're gonna do it, you're gonna use whatever measures and means you can to push it, because that's your agenda. To hell with the war. The war is just a tactic to push the agenda. The ultimate agenda is you want to chip all the people on the planet Earth. We're not foolish to your we're not ignorant to your devices. Right. All right, we're not gonna fall for this trickery that the elite behind the scene, this whole talk of the government and the shadow government fighting with each other. Listen, man. At the end of the day, the agenda of the elite of Esau, they want to push this chip and they want to enslave the rest of you Israelites and the nations. That's right. That's the goal. All right. Keep going. You got any more of that? Was that it? That was it on that? Now finish that up.
Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that have the mark.
Now, buy and sell is a foundational piece of commerce, of an economy. When you're building an economy, and you are brother, whoever, and you're starting a city, your first things you got to worry about is how can I make money? Import, exports, commerce, selling of goods, however you want to look at it. Now that's just the basics of this society that come, this new world order. But this chip is going to revolutionize everything.
Everything.
It's going to change how we move through all things instantly. Yep. So that's the key to watch. Yep. Whatever Esau doing, he gonna slither. He's slithering. You've noticed every time he makes something nationally right now, it's slithering our hatred for the Israelites and then the chip. Hatred for the Israelites, chip. One way or another, like if you could put on those They Live goggles and you can see through the propaganda that he's pushing. You see, it's the demonization of the Israelites, all right? It's the distractive things that he's doing by keeping us in. Like next year's is one big ass distraction. Man. This year that we in, the Olympics this year, the election, impeachment. This is all just distractive plans of the elite, man. All right, keep going there.
And that no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. This is Revelation 13 and 17. And that no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is the wisdom. Let them that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600, 66.
Get his ass ran over for the fucking hat. All right, but that image.
That's the crown coming off.
Yep. That image, the image of the beast, that system, things got to be in place to activate it to push it to a further place. Terror, right? The crashing of this society. See, Esau is so proud that he knows that one society must fall for another one to stand. But in his pride, well, I'll just destroy my own society and build it back stronger.
Right.
That's his pride. So he's going to destroy this. To do what? You can't build a new house until you what? Destroy what's there.
He's trying to renovate this.
He's trying to renovate it. He's literally gentrifying his own kingdom. That's his. That he think he get outsmart because the scriptures say that he shall ascend and be like the Most High. He's gonna control the destroying. This is his destroying him. He's gonna deem these people here in America as he's already deemed them as useless eaters.
Yep.
They're wicked, they're sick, they're dogs. This is his mind frame. So he's feeling like he's doing God's job by what? Exterminating the people. That's why again, all these factors are leading to Esau reaching his what he calls God level. His godhood. That's why I say it, man. All this Iranian man, this guy they talking about that was killing Iran. How we know he's dead?
Right.
According to the news, we going off of that they're saying. But how we know he's dead? You people don't question shit, man. You remember when like you watched something back in the day and somebody bad did something? They now if Jake commit a crime. If Jake commit a crime in the hood, they gonna air his ass out, man. They gonna have him shuckled up. Man, Bobby Shmurda.
Right.
The way they had Bobby Shmurda locked up, they had his team locked together, walking in a chemo cameras, parading them around. Yeah. You telling me you wouldn't parade them around? So we just gotta believe you because you said somebody dead, man.
What about I mean, even with Saddam Hussein, they had that video of him being dragged.
Yeah.
Before they killed him.
Him and Gaddafi, they did the same thing too.
Yeah, Gaddafi. That's what I meant.
Gaddafi.
Gaddafi, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and even then, like a lot of these leaders use body doubles and stuff.
Yep.
You know, but for what it's worth, nonetheless,
still heating shit up.
It's still the scripture. You hear a rumor this year, you hear a rumor that year, and we know that these things are coming. But it's our job, because whether because if the information comes out that it's a fact that he's dead, cool, that's something we can talk about. But the fact that things like that are happening, either way, we have something to talk about. You people still gotta be ready for things like World War III to take place. We have to talk about it, regardless.
Right.
We're just messengers anyway. We're just reporting it.
Yeah.
You know?
Because regardless of not if it happened or not, the storyline that is being pushed that it did happen.
That's right.
We don't, like we saying, we're speaking from a different lens.
Mm-hmm.
We're another coach, or we're in the coach's box. We're in the sky box on the other side of the field watching the field.
Yep.
So we have a different lens. Now, I had shared a clip from The Wire with brothers where they said that, man, the bigger the lie, the more they believe it.
Yeah, the Jake said that, right?
Yeah, the Jake said that. So the bigger the lie, the more they believe it. So Esau knows he can feed you people whatever. Like, how we know that this guy is dead? How do we really know? But that's why I said we just gotta stay focused on what's important. The chip, man. The chip, the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast is what everybody's worried about. That's what everybody should be worried about, fearing about. Now you can go down to 2nd Ezra.
Right.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hand.
Now we're waiting for this to happen. Again, prophetically, a lot of things got to play out before a full-fledged sea of fire from coast to coast, man. All right, now are we close? Hell yeah, we close.
Yeah, we close.
All right, are we in those times of destructive things happening? Hell yeah, we in those times. Should you be worried about the things that are coming and getting right with the Lord? Hell yeah. Because the scripture we just opened up with said, woe unto the world and them that dwell in it. Because great destructive things are coming. Leading up to that point of what? That ship. That's the hour of temptation, man. It might sound repetitive, but it's just the point. All right, now read it again.
Verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another.
And one people shall stand up to fight against another. That hasn't happened yet to us foolish. We haven't gone out and seen full out, people just attacking each other like a scene out of Kingsman.
Right.
That ain't happened yet.
Walking Dead type shit.
Yeah, we ain't seen all that. There's no church in the wild, Kanye. We haven't seen scenes like that yet. There's
Not in America.
Not in America to the extent of it's just that's the only thing that's happening.
Right.
All right, keep going. You got to precept?
Yeah.
Bring your precept out.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 11. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men, but we are made manifest to the Most High, and our trust also are made manifest in your conscience.
That's why the gimmicky way of teaching, you don't got to do it no more. See, the Lord was prepping us. Matter of fact, when you get, Galatians, what was that, Galatians 4? On the tutors and governors and tutors. All right, because there was a specific time that Yahweh Shem Yahushua had us what? Doing certain things. Why? Because it's going to come a time where, hey, we don't got to really do nothing. The people going to come looking. The people going to come with questions. You just got to be ready, what? Apt to teach. All right? You got that in, was that Galatians, go over one? Oh, cool. I think it's 4 at the top. Oh, 3. Then it must be 3. Where's 3 at? Nope. Where you at? Oh, 4. I'm sorry. 4 and 1. It's a lot.
All right. This is Galatians chapter 4, verse 1. Now I say that heir, as long as he is a child, differ nothing from a servant, though he be Lord of all.
Yeah, and this is speaking about Yahushua, but the scriptures tell us what in Romans the 8th chapter that we're joint heirs unto Mashiach Yahushua. So there's a specific time that we, through the Spirit, we got to go through everything. That's why the parable of the penny is important. See, the apostles and elders that came in when they came in. That's why you really shouldn't be in that spirit of how I'm been in here longer than you, or you've been in here longer than chasing a mark. Because at the end of the day, the Lord has a specific need of every last one of us.
Right.
All right?
It's a good thing to be in it for a certain amount of time.
No. Not to downplay it.
No.
You get what I'm saying?
No. I'm not going to say that because I'm at your point. Like, it's a good thing, but you, like you're saying, like, you can't hold that against another man.
Right.
Because you got the 11th hour. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, you can't hold that. It's a good thing, but you can't, look down on a man because he got.
Or on the flip side, if you a brother and you shouldn't look up to like this is the point I'm trying to reach. You have an individual mission in the spirit that the Lord is going to develop you to a point.
Right.
And that point is going to be when that flood comes in of believers. But because again, before war can all that can break loose, what happens? People got to wake up and acknowledge this doctrine of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, keep going.
It's Galatians 4 and 2. But it's under tutors and governors until the time appointed of the Father.
And that's what this is, that we're rehearsing the righteous acts. Because there's going to be a time where the Spirit is going to pull it out of us. It's just going to happen. You got a precept? Go ahead, bro.
Talking about that believing you were saying. This is Acts chapter 2, verse 40, and with many other words did he testify and exhort, saying, save yourselves from this upward generation. Then they that gladly received his word were baptized, and the same day there were added unto them about 3,000 souls. And they continued steadfastly in the apostles' doctrine and fellowship and breaking of bread and in prayers. And fear came upon every soul, and many wonders and signs were done by the apostles.
Yeah, because this thing is going to increase exponentially. All right, this thing is going to take off. All right. See, we're not at the point of, now there was talks of what? Esau was going to get rid of YouTube and all that at the beginning of December. Well, here we are in January, still pushing. Because that part is not done yet. When Esau is not going to have no choice but to cut the internet. It ain't going to be on his time. He's losing control of the narrative.
I think I think right now, Paul, that I think he's demonetizing.
Yeah.
A lot of these people that were demonetized. And I think he's probably going to switch over to the next level. Right now, he's just demonetized.
He's just, everything is building up right now. It's a build up. You know, but it's going to get to that point where what? Literally, matter of fact, read that last part again. Matter of fact, no, you good, bro. About the fact of increasing. This thing is going to increase because why? So many things are going to develop in prophetic ways that they're going to need answers. So that's why we're here. The spirit is what? Chip. We're not distracted, Esau. Push your chip. That's the hour of temptation for us. You think the missiles being dropped in America is not the hour of temptation for us? That's the icing on the cake. That's the fireworks. That's the we finally free.
Yeah, that's it.
You understand? That's the we finally free part. But that hour of temptation is when you ain't ate in a few days, and the only way for you to get some food as it says by buying and selling is having that chip. You being able to continue on in your life if you don't have that chip and dealing with whatever comes with it. That's the hour of temptation. The beheading of the martyrs, the beheading of the people that believe. All right, keep going in second Ezra.
The second Ezra chapter 15, verse 16. For there shall be a sedition among men and invading one another.
Now, what's going to push that sedition among men? That sedition among men is when they start making laws and making it where you have to do certain things. That's what these devils going to fight.
The draconian legislature.
Yep, because this devil, that's why, Jake, we don't got nothing to fear. Right. Esau can try to demonize us and make us look like the bad guys, but through the spirit, Esau got too many enemies. Matter of fact, get that in Obadiah 1. You know what I'm talking about?
I just dropped it. Small among the heathen.
Yep, that's it.
This is Obadiah, verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised.
Now thou art greatly despised. You're small. These Edomites, they're going to push their agenda, and people are going to step up against it. These Edomites, like I said, Esau, he's trying to control the narrative, but he's losing control. Them curses is jumping on his ass. So one moment the enemy is the Israelites. Oh well, shit! You think these Iranians care? Right. These Iranians, they not distracted. That's why I say Esau. You all have been the god of distractions because you're the devil. You're the devil. So your whole thing is deceit, slander, lies. That's your MO. But it ain't working no more. The elite on all sides is like, listen, white man, you know, we're not falling for your distractions no more. Matter of fact, hold that. Matter of fact, it was you. Hold on real quick. You in Revelation Slacky, bro.
No, you
go to
go.
Revelation 18, and they were drunk on the wine. Revelation 18 and I think 3.
This is Revelation 18 and verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Yeah, all these nations, and we're all sobering up through the Spirit. The elect of Israel is sobering up. Scriptures say, "Be sober, be diligent." Scriptures say, it gives you points: being sober, being grave. You know, certain marks of being a bishop. So everybody's sobering up, and then we're seeing that this so-called white man, you're the problem. You're gonna say, that's why I said you gotta have an elitist mind frame. Yeah, Esau gonna say we the problem, But Esau got too many problems. He got to deal with us. He got to deal with China. He got to deal with Iran. He got to deal with Russia. He got to deal with North Korea. He got to deal with South Korea. He got to deal with the Philippines. He got to deal with India.
He got to deal with Europe, his own
He got to
allies.
deal with his own people. Esau got too much to worry about. Like little old, like us, come on, man. You trying to make us out to be the biggest evil on the planet Earth? Man, come on, man. Iran is on your ass, man. Russia is on your ass. India. There's players that we don't. There's players on the board that we don't even talk about. You know how you have like the main characters, the main players, and then you have this like for instance, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? You had Sergeant Slaughter, right? What was the Shredder?
Yeah, Shredder.
You had Shredder, but then what? Shredder had his. Yeah, I'm the leader, but then I got my.
He had his, his right hand man.
He had his right hand man. He had his other people.
And that's what Rocksteady.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same thing in the spirit, man. All right, Esau, push your chip, man. That's what we gonna push. Push your chip, man. Any more of that? What was you reading? Yeah.
Revelation 18:3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
Yeah, so they're sobering up off of this wine. Because Esau, your time is up. That's why the scripture said, work that work while it is the day. Because what? You get to the end of the club, and then the lights cut on, and you've been dealing with this woman, and then the lights come on, what happens? You see that she's ugly. Shit. That's Esau, that whore. You're that whore that was in the nightclub at the bar that you've been chitter-chatting and buying drinks for all night. And then the light cut on, you like, oh, hell no. You ain't drunk. Exactly, you ain't drunk no more. And that's what's happening. Esau, you are you Edomites through Babylon the Great. You've been just a whore on the planet Earth, and people are waking up to it, man. People are not distracted, Esau. You're disappearing. Now go back to 2nd Ezra. Because like I said, we gotta wait the sedition of men. Alright, this men invading one another. That's gonna come because you're despised. When you start pushing your legislation that everybody gotta have that chip by a certain time, it's gonna be these other Edomites, these other so-called white people that's gonna step up and fight that war.
Shit, they trying to impeach Trump. Them rednecks, boy, them Trump supporters, they ready for something to pop off. It may not be that. It could be something else.
Right.
It could be the flip side.
Yeah.
See, we talk about Trump supporters,
right?
But right now, the narrative is
yeah.
that Trump's losing it. He just struck a place.
He's a madman.
Hey, what if these the bishop released an article about a month or so ago of the top cities that could be possibly hit by a nuclear weapon? I think it was New York. It was New York, LA, Chicago, DC, Houston. And I forget the other one. I think it was California, like San Francisco or something. But you don't think that these states, with these cities, know that? This is the time where that divide is gonna happen on a whole level, all levels. You don't think these states gonna start trying to break away? Like we ain't got shit to do with.
They tried it before.
They tried it before. They gonna do it again. Watch. You gonna start seeing these states break away. Texas, they already have the means. They've been talking that since.
Man, shit, they've been talking on that for about a decade now. Trying to get out, see what they can do to get out of the union. Other states is part of that too.
That's that sedition. Read it, keep going, brother.
2nd Ezra 15, verse 16. For there shall be a sedition among men, and invading one another shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Keep going.
A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able.
The man should desire to go into another city. When this thing really shut down, that's where you're gonna have to have that device to travel. It ain't gonna be like, see, not ancient, but how they're trying to tie. Like I'm talking about, it was a long time ago. During World War II, with Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler. It's cold. And Adolf Hitler. What'd you have? You had the brown coats. The brown, what were they called? The brown coats, which was like the police, the police task force or whatever of Germany.
They called it the SS men.
The SS men.
It's a German word. I can't pronounce it, but the SS men was the name.
And what do? They went around. You be walking around. They run up on you. Let me see your papers. Let me see your papers. And if you ain't had your papers, they might shoot you. But this was all training grounds for the times to come. You think they're gonna be running up on you and you gotta pull out an envelope and ask you where's your papers at? No.
Where your wallet?
Where your wallet at? No. That next thing is gonna be, put your hand out, let me scan you.
How they gonna scan you?
They gonna scan you. Go ahead, bring it out, bro.
This is Jeremiah 49:10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled.
And how is Esau trying to hide himself? In his deceit. He's a shadow. Works in the shadows of the dark. And what does the scriptures say? Rise ye and shine and let your light so shine. So we're shining a light on his darkness. He can't move. He can't move how he wants to. That's why the thing isn't to necessarily we report on what's happening, but being prophets, it's our job to report on what's next to happen.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
All right. Oh shit.
Yep.
Yo, he almost got hit, yo.
He just worried at the last
Yo,
minute.
he almost took him out. Shit. See, that's the spirit of the Lord, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Have mercy on him, because he's gonna take this out.
That's it. All right. Now, what was you reading from? Who was reading?
Jeremiah, I read.
Yeah, read it
This
again.
is Jeremiah 49:10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall
And
not be.
where does Esau dwell at in his secret place? That's his Illuminati. All of the Illuminati's agenda is exposed, man. At this point, that's why I say it's getting to the point where we like the bishop was saying the other night, man, a lot of the majority of Jake at this point, they don't got the truth. Something devastating has to happen to just shake their ass up.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. Like at this point, something devastating. But that doesn't mean that the end is near. We just got to, he's just going to shake these people, man. Like in that movie Inception, you know, if you was in the deeper in the dream world you was in, if you was in a dream, that shake to wake you up was a lot heavier than just simply, you know, hey, wake up, bro. Now, if you was in one dream, you was sitting in that dream, they had a little shake, they call it, where they might like knock your chair down. Then you remember when he was in the dream, he had to literally drop them off of a bridge with loud music and had to change the whole environment. And that's what the Lord's gonna do with the majority of Jake, man. The Lord got to
change their reality has to change in order for them to,
Yep.
to you know.
Because it's too peaceable right now.
Yeah.
You know? Let's go back to
2 Ezra 15, verse 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed,
And Jake is
men shall be afraid.
and Jake is more proud than ever, man. Read that again.
Verse 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled.
Now, what we just saw in the last several hours of Jake and them going mean crazy, that's pride. That's pride at its ultimate level. Like you're making joke of something serious. You're not. You're making joke of it, and you don't see the seriousness in it. Ultimately, of the Lord, like we can make life laughter of certain points, but at the same time, we out here in this cold because it's serious, man.
Exactly.
That's right. But a lot of you, it's all jokes. Like you watching Jay, when they try to draft him, nigga, they all gonna draft you niggas, man. I was really researching a lot into that draft, and during World War II, 50 million men was enlisted to draft. Was drafted. But they were activated, and only 10 million of the 50 million were used. That was World War II. We're about to go into World War III. What the hell you think that number gonna be? All you niggas about to be sent to war, man.
It can be 100 million.
It's gonna be 100
That's a
million.
third of the country.
And Apostle Tahar been saying that for years. They're gonna send you niggas over there to the Middle East, and you ain't coming back, man.
Right now.
They go for you. You good old girls too in the military. You women, y'all.
That's
gonna
why Esau did that. This
oh well,
military
yeah.
did that.
That's why the numbers can, because it's gonna be more. Because now you got women.
You got women, and don't forget gays.
Yep. Oh well, I was reading it yesterday. If you're a transgender, if you're a man that changed to a woman, you still gotta go.
Yeah.
Because you're a man. They go by your birth. They don't go by what you identify as now. whether it's legal or not. No, they go by your birth. And if you're a transgender woman, meaning you're a man changed to a woman, they still gonna throw you in there.
Well, you know what?
And look at the guy from Fort Bragg. What's his name? Chelsea Handler. I forgot his name, but he changed his name to Chelsea Handler. He was in the military. They still gonna ship his ass over there.
Yep. What they say in the world, they do everything but the kitchen sink. And
Chelsea
the kitchen
Manning.
sink.
That's like it. Chelsea Manning.
See?
That's a
That's the equivalent of Esau throwing everything in the kitchen sink at this war. So they're gonna ship any and everybody, man. And I was reading, and then when you read the history of the draft, World War I think the drafted age was not World War I, World War II. The drafting class was, I want to say it was a 10-year span. It was either 16 to 26 or it was 19 to 29.
I think it's 18 to 25.
It was 18 to 25? Okay, it was 18 to 25.
I was reading on it too yesterday.
And then when Vietnam came, it increased. And then the drafting class was it was like 18 to like, it was like 18 or 40.
I think like 46.
45, 46.
46, yeah.
So everybody between 18 and 45 was eligible for war. Now look at X amount of years later. We're in 2019, 2020. You got Jakes in the hood right now, 50 years old, in better shape than 18-year-olds. Yeah. They're gonna increase that age. If they increase, they've been increasing it. So why were they doing it in this time period? They're gonna increase it. They gonna, man, when they come to this shit, they're gonna be 18 to 60, man. If you 18 to 60, and I don't give a damn if you got.
You don't have a disability, basically.
Shit, if you got a disability, they still gonna ship your ass over.
I'm surprised they go younger than 18.
They might go younger than 18.
Yeah. Instead of going older, they might go younger.
They might go 14 to 60. And I was reading when they did that lottery. The way they did it was there was 366 balls, and they did it was like a chart, and how the ball came depending on your date. So like it was like literally your birthday. So everybody was watching the news like, am I getting drafted? That's how real it was. And you dickhead Israelites that want to make this laughter of it, you're gonna see how serious it is. When you literally your number get pulled. When you sit here and you gotta watch the news to see if your number got pulled, or your son's number got pulled, or your daughter's number got pulled, or your mother's number got pulled, your aunt, uncle, your neighbor, your mother-in-law. It gets all fun and games right now when you can get some likes, perfect. All right, but when it gets to that point where literally you sitting at your TV and you seeing, man, get your ass up. Report to your local Walmart. Report to your service center, man. You gotta go. Because in Vietnam, like they said, like a half a million people ran for whatever the reason was. They was considered fugitives. For 7 years, they were fugitives. Either they ran to Canada, but you niggas can't run to Canada. You think they draft your ass, you just gonna run to Canada? You think you gonna go to work? Look at this technology. That's why that mark is important. Because you think you just gonna be able to hide out in the country like your forefathers did?
Like shit, okay, you got the chip, ship your ass over there.
Yeah.
If you got the chip, they can identify you. They ain't gonna matter.
They can identify you, and also that's how they gonna be able to see who's who. That's exactly.
They're gonna know your whole limit now. They could reject you based off of your disability, but they're gonna have all your stats and info, how your mental evaluation. They're gonna have all that on that chip, man.
They gonna reject. I think
they know where they put you at.
You know how they said that they made that list years ago, the black list, red list, and yellow list, all Americans, red, blue, and black. Yeah. They ain't about to draft no black list people. They ain't about to draft those that they know is already a problem.
Right. Yeah.
That's like giving weaponry to you already know somebody that's against you.
It's the red, blue, and yellow. The red were the ones that were basically like, or like these other guys.
It's a kill list.
Yeah, but then you got the blue. Those are the followers, the people that, okay, we see you've been doing this, you've been doing that. And then the yellow, that's these motherfuckers out here.
That's these.
Yeah, they're gonna get you yellow when you blues.
Yep.
Because they say the blues can still be.
They can be changed.
Educated, and the yellow. They just
duck. They just sheep led to the slaughter.
Yeah, they just
Keep going in a second. I'm gonna close up. I'm gonna change up.
It's 2nd Ezra 15 verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the labor.
Do now. Shit, Jay, you got certain individuals out here that might use 100 gallons of gas a week by themselves, just ripping and running across Atlanta. You might use a whole full tank of gas in a day if you like me. You know, us brothers that make money with our cars. You can run through 8, 9, 10 gallons in one day, easily.
Yeah, 8
All right.
10, yeah.
Now, and there's times to come when you go into World War II, the history of that, they was rationing out gas, grocery store provision. You're not people gonna see just how dependent America is on these other countries, man.
Oh yeah. Oh shoot. The Trump, in the midst of all that noise yesterday, he's supposed to be signing the U.S. another trade deal with China.
Mm-hmm.
Now how it goes, I don't know.
Right.
I'm not sure, but that was Friday yesterday. So.
But now with war, when that war break fully out, it ain't gonna be no more money to be made off of each other, goods coming in. You're gonna see how many of these American-made, these China-made products your ass don't get no more, man. You're gonna see how many Pakistan-made. Go look at all your shit in the house. Made in Pakistan. It ain't coming here no more.
Man, I had a fucking rocking chair growing up made in Yugoslavia.
Made in, you know what I'm saying? Made in China. It ain't coming here no more.
What's that Yugoslavia for?
Made in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
When them routes get cut off, man, it's just a wrap.
Well, a lot of them, even see a lot of too with the shipping. You got Maersk, like the shipping containers and stuff. A lot of them, they go on these boats. They go on the ships that ship. A lot of them. It's gonna go from, and that's the beating the plowshares and the swords. It's gonna go from where we're delivering goods. It's gonna we're shipping weapons over there.
Weapons.
So a lot of these companies are gonna go from shipping your your Amazon items, and your Wish items. They're gonna be shipping bullets and Kevlar armor and helmets and boots to the troops overseas.
That's what happened in World War II with Germany.
They took over factories.
They took over factories because
Yeah.
that's what Volkswagen, like the Beetle and all of those.
Mm-hmm.
Those companies were making military weapons, military vehicles.
That's how they got rich.
That's how they got rich. But then it went from they had themselves as a cover as we make the Beetle and we make Jeep. That's why you look at a Jeep Wrangler, it looks like it's a military weapon.
Yeah,
it's a military vehicle.
It's a military vehicle. Well, it was peacetime, so they had to transport to, they did the swords to Brunelux instead of vice versa.
Yep. So you can finish that up. And who's running next? Yeah, you go ahead, pull up.
2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbors, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods.
Yeah, because ain't nothing coming in this country soon, man. Soon it's gonna be bare. It ain't gonna be no more. The vitriol so cheap, so good, cheaper. That ain't gonna be no more. That's only for a specific time. But then when it's bare out here, you really gonna see how bare it is, and that's when it's gonna kick in, and the coldness in you is gonna kick in, and you're gonna see like, man, it ain't no fun and games no more, man. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and step down and let another brother burn in the spirit.
Whole chapter. It's pretty good. What verse is it?
I got 19.
19.
Oh.
We're gonna read what is it, 2 Ezra 3:18.
All right, this is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 18. It says, "For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid."
So that's what's gonna happen. Because of the pride, men are gonna be afraid. Okay? Men are gonna be afraid of famine is coming. Pestilence is gonna be out here. Alright? And then the brother was going into the sedition. Okay? Yeah.
Verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Okay.
2 Ezra 15 and 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Society. You know, it's going to be the collapse. Right? And the main thing that's going to be the solution for that is, like the brother was saying, the microchip. Okay? Well,
Verse 20. Behold, saith the Most High, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and from my bodies, turn themselves one against another, and repay the things that they have done to them.
right, so it's going to be the Heavenly Father getting his revenge.
Big payback.
Okay? Yeah, you know, big payback. Okay? Alright? Who's it called? The reverence?
2 Ezra 15 and 20. Behold, saith the Most High, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and my bonnets, to turn themselves one against another, and repay the things that they have done to them.
Right, so it's the Most High that's gathering these nations together. He's the one that's putting Iran against the U.S., the U.S. against Iran, Russia against the U.S., China. You got you know, the EU and the UK. You know, this whole Brexit. That's the Heavenly Father doing it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? To put you know, to basically gather all the enemies in one place, you know, so he can drop them in one fell swoop, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what's going to happen when they go over there to the Middle East, okay, to the Middle East, and they're gathered in the valley of Jehoshaphat. Matter of fact, can you get me Joel 3 and 12?
They call it the Fertile Crescent. It's gonna get real fertile once these niggas die.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dang, I just lost my track. But I was gonna say through the spirit, these guys don't want to go to the Middle East, man.
Oh, no,
You know,
it's hot.
Esau knows that that's the center where the Most High is gonna get busy. You know, I seen this one thing. Motion got done bad. But I seen this one thing. It was a comedy. It was a Key and Peele episode, but they did a mafia skit where the dude was talking to him, and you know how mobsters in the mob, they would actually lead you somewhere so they could kill your fucking ass.
The happy birthday one?
It was the happy birthday one, but he was trying to, by all means, to not go in that door.
Yup.
He was like, man, come on, man. You know, it's just, you know, everything, at all things, you know, he was trying to make excuses. He's like, man, you know, I ain't feeling good. Can we go somewhere else? This, that, and the other. That's really Esau, man. That's the spirit that he's in.
Yup.
He's trying to do anything by any means, trying to make any excuse to not go to that Middle East because he knows it's his ass. Right when he gets to that landing ground, right when that war kicks off, that's when the Most High is gonna make his big appearance, man.
Right. Hey, well, and then too, they don't want to go in there and mess with the nations like that. That's why, see, America has to get these other nations approval. They got to get them behind them to have a reason to go into Iran. Because as soon as they do, that's when the Russian sun will be right there. You know, as the big bear waiting to pounce on the West. You know, you got that.
God, that shit gonna be epic over there.
This is Joel 3, verse 11. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Tender cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh.
Right. So when those nations do get gathered over there, the Heavenly Father is going to have the angels there. Okay, ready to zap them into a million pieces. Okay, or let's just say turn them into dust. Okay.
Isaiah 34:1-2. Come hear ye nations to hear and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. Verse 2. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter.
That's right. All right. And the Lord is really delivering Esau to the slaughter.
Slaughterhouse.
Okay. Now here it is that the scripture says that Israel is a sheep led to the slaughter. Well, these other nations and Esau is being led to the slaughter. Okay, because you're going to have the elect chosen out of the nation of Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, delivered. Okay, you're going to have them delivered, but the ones of you nations that's over there, y'all are going to be totally blown away. Okay, Russia has this hypersonic intercontinental ballistic missile that he's put into service. Okay, he's put that into service and he's ready to use it. Okay, they're ready to use it. And now with this whole situation with Iran and the airstrike killing their military leader, best believe that Iran is like, yo man, you got some more hypersonic missiles, you know? Because they already got the S-300 missile defense system from Russia. So best believe they say, you know what, we got a few, y'all remember in Rush Hour when they found out Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan, they found out that they had to fight one of them Chinese crime bosses. They had to go to this underground, this underground this guy that Chris Tucker knew in the movie. He was like he dumped in weapons and drugs, and then they went to him to get the firepower. And they had to get the extra firepower, of the different weapons and guns that they need just in case it was a firefight. So it's the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I forget the actor.
Was it Don Cheadle?
No.
It wasn't one that went on Crenshaw, was it?
The other one was like a husky type.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
For the weapons. So that's what these nations are doing. They're going, look, man, U.S. is starting some shit. We in beef. You know what I'm saying? Give me something. They show all the movies, man. All the movies, character always goes to these underground arms dealers.
Then they pull out the cachets.
They get that, and then they push the button, and the whole thing opens up. You know what I'm saying? The whole arsenal comes out
Secret
from the floor,
And
from the ceiling.
then they always show Jake or show somebody like all them guns and shit. You just go get a 9.
I know, right?
Yeah,
Oh, Men in Black. That
But he got the little,
Yeah, little.
that thing plastic though.
But like how you said, it's like what's funny about Jake is Jake will literally sit you down and give you the best breakdown of Power and The Wire and all these nigga movies about how this war, man, it's war. But then it's the same shit playing out with us right now.
Hell yeah.
They don't see the simplicity of it. Like imagine on one side of it all this man, right? This Iranian. Hey, if me, you North Korea, we got relationships. Behind the scenes, you might be Korean and you might have a real relationship with him, but that's my nigga, man. Like other countries, it's getting to that point where it's like, man, ain't no talking out of this. We need blood.
Yeah.
The Bloods and Crips are still fighting from a few niggas that got killed in the 70s.
Hell yeah.
Imagine when you talking about nations, man.
Right, that's right.
National beef.
That's right. Oh, well, the whole thing with
Bloods and niggas
the whole
still
thing with I believe it was the Iran Contra situation from back in the 60s, 70s.
Yep.
And then what the U.S. did, they remember that.
Yep.
They all
They remember that.
Yep.
This thing ain't, the beef ain't dead. It just died down. It was truces made. But here it is. Here come these later presidents. I'm not even gonna say Obama because he made a lot of. Trump is breaking them.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's breaking a lot of them old alliances from the 60s and 70s. he's breaking a lot of these alliances. So now you got these nations that are like, well, you know what, fuck you too then. You know? We're gonna form our own group over here, and then we're gonna, build up our own economy, build up our own weaponry, our own army, our own alliances, our own society, and we're gonna leave you out. And if you step to us, all right, we're gonna crush you. And that's what Iran is saying now. They want revenge. Okay? Now,
Any nigga.
yeah,
Mitch.
like Mitch,
Oh, that
man,
money,
they
man, yeah.
Mitch
Owe me
spirit, man.
money.
They're in that money making spirit, man.
Promising to
Prepare the
retaliate.
fool. You know?
Owe me money.
Any nation that owes me money, any nation that ever said something wrong in a UN meeting,
Hell
you
yeah.
want them, man. You know?
That's the spirit these
You got
niggas
something
live.
Ready to bang on something.
This is 2nd Esdras 15, verse 28.
Better ride for Ricky. I gotta
This 2nd Esdras 15, verse 28. Behold, in horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east. Verse 29. Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Verse 30.
Hey, if
Hold
I-
on, hold on.
Oh, yeah, go. Okay.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, because we still in that chapter. I was gonna hit that, but we want to go up a little bit.
We gonna get to the meat of that
Yeah,
thing.
we want to get to the meat of that thing. What we left off of? No, matter of fact, it's like, hold that. We're gonna get up. I'm gonna finish that, and then we'll
Isaiah 34 and 3. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stinks shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood.
And that's what's going to happen when the military troops go over there. Okay? We're going to have bodies upon bodies, and the smell and the scorched earth that's going to be there, man.
Yeah, that's why you
It's
have to
gonna
eat
be
her.
like nothing ever seen.
Remember the eater?
Oh yeah, hell
I
yeah.
rather need an eater.
That robot.
To clean the battlefield.
Alright, verse
All that shit
4.
when it come out.
And the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree.
Now, if I can say, can I say something? Because read that last part again, bro, about the roll.
Alright, Isaiah 34 and 4. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
Now, who was that? Was it you might know, bro? Was it the Russians that dropped the SAR? Was it the SAR bomb?
Yeah, Tsar bomber.
The SAR bomb?
Bomber,
Yeah. And that was one of the strongest bombs to ever be detonated, man.
Yeah.
That's the
There was.
bomb.
The King bomb. And when you watch the video, when they show it and it rolled up, that was that roll, that mushroom cloud. And that bomb don't compare to shit to that. That bomb is weak compared to.
The 50s up there?
That was like in the 50s.
Yeah.
Now imagine these bombs, man. It's gonna be like the earth really rolling up, man. That bomb was weak compared to shit now.
Verse 5.
You ever seen the meaning of what
For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
That ain't talking about no
paying
damn
America back.
volcanoes. Okay?
When you read it,
Right.
it's talking about paying America back, showing them that they're gonna blow their ass.
Talking about no volcanoes. And by the way, he's in 2019 still. He's in a loop.
Oh yeah, he's through.
He's in 2019 loop, man. Okay? Just talking about these missiles, man. Okay, go ahead.
Surprised his ass ain't.
Continuing on, it
Probably
says,
in the
It
comments.
shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse the judgment.
And it shall come down upon Idumea. That's you Idumeans, you red Idumeans. Okay? Esau, aka the white man. Okay?
The white
All right? All right? It's going to come down upon you for your judgment. All right? Your judgment is going to be nuclear fire via your own so-called weapons.
That's right.
Because we're the Lord's weapons, all right, the weapons of the Lord in the nation. That's going to be your judgment. All right? Okay. Go ahead.
Isaiah 54 and 16.
Yep.
Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
Right. That's
That
why
ain't-
they're making these hypersonic nuclear missiles.
Y'all about to summon that brother
Okay.
up. That nigga up. shine, man.
Yeah, they may have shine.
Right. That ain't talking about your house shine, okay? The smith. Go ahead.
Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy.
That's right. So that's these missiles. Okay. World War III is going to be climaxed when these nuclear missiles are launched from one side of the earth to the other, whether it be from America to the east, or whether it be from the east to the west over here in America. All right. But these missiles are going to be launched.
That's right.
All right. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Do you have one there?
Yeah, I got something.
Yeah, go on.
Kind. This is Habakkuk 2.
No, we read that. Matter of fact, go to 3 because it talks about the Lord bringing his judges. 3 and 3
It's the first camp of the new year. First, well, you know what I mean. Yeah, y'all some diligent brothers.
God.
Yeah, down in
Technically, it's the third.
This is Habakkuk 3, verse 12.
Ooh.
Thou didst march through the land in indignation. Thou didst thresh the heathen in anger.
Right. So that's what the Lord is going to march through the land. Okay.
March your law.
All right. He's going to march through the land. He's going to thresh. Let's start using that word, thresh. He's going to thresh the nations in his anger. Go ahead.
Yeah, and through the Spirit, it's gonna be like a martial law from a heavenly standpoint.
Hell
man.
yeah.
The angels gonna be like the troops, and they gonna get down and get busy on these different quarters, man. Like we said, you know, you be seeing these little specks in the sky, you know, with your course chariots, you're gonna start seeing them from a close angle, man.
They're gonna park on this motherfucker.
Hey, they're gonna park right in the city, man. Hopping out. You know, of course, you know, we just saying it humorously, but the angels is gonna get down here and get busy, man. Just like the men of the Lord, they see all those thousands of angels in the sky, and they used to come down and fight and present themselves in the battle. They're gonna do the same thing now, man. And it speaks about how they're gonna defend Jerusalem. Because in the midst of all this warfare activity, in the midst of persecution and things of that nature, it's gonna be a great deliverance. You got it, bro.
This is Habakkuk 3, verse 13. Thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people, even for salvation with thine anointing.
Right, and that's what it's for. It's all about saving the children of Israel. Okay? It's all about saving the elect of the nation of Israel from the enemy. Okay? The scripture says that he held them fast, that he didn't let them go. You know, Esau has us in his hand. And that's in the law. If a man stood the man, and if he be found in his hand, he shall be surely put to death. And that's what's going to happen. Okay? Death is coming for you so-called white people. You Edomites. Okay? Your society is going to be destroyed. Alright? And all of you over here on this land is going to be totally wiped out. And you're at least going to be put in slavery until you serve 1,000 years, and then you're going to be fully destroyed. Okay?
We read Isaiah 34. Talks about the blood and the stink. Talks about the that's going to be one of the first jobs that these elite faithful families going to do. Dig up them dead bodies.
Oh, man, can you imagine Prince Philip showing
They don't even know how to use it.
It hurts. Dude, if he get in the sun too long, he going to burn up.
Good luck with it. Who giving them a show?
Good luck whoever has him. You have to get his man power. Just got to get him power. Okay?
Jimmy Carter.
He still he hold on.
Hold on for dear life.
Yeah, he's an immortal. That motherfucker's a god. The kid died.
Let's go back to
Thou wouldest the head out of the house of the wicked by discovering the foundation unto the neck.
Say that again. It said the what? The wounded, right?
It said, yeah, thou woundest the wound out of the house of the wicked by discovering the foundation unto the neck. Salah.
Hey, so that's it. It's going to be the end of the house of Esau, the house of the wicked. Okay.
All right, second Ezra 15 and 21. Like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so will I do also and recompense in their bosom. Then saith the Lord of power. Verse 22. My right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them, and shed innocent blood upon the earth.
So that's going to be for Esau.
Yep.
Esau's that sinner. Because he
Lord
took
will
the law in his hand.
Lord will come at him like Christopher Columbus.
Uh-huh. Okay. Go ahead.
Verse 23. The fire is going forth from his wrath, and have consumed the foundations of the earth, and the sinners like the straw that is kindled. Verse 24.
Oh, you know what I mean? Like the straw that is kindled. You start a fire, right? And you need some kindle. You gather some sticks. You gather up the brush underneath, and it burns up quick. That's how you people gonna be. Okay?
Fuel for the fire.
It's fuel for the fire.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Verse 24. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord.
Right. So now for all you World War III mockers out there, you know, for you Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, okay, the Lord said He's not going to spare you, okay, because you don't keep the commandments. We've been talking about World War III, okay, for decades, okay. Some of us can say that, all right, especially the apostles and others. So this whole talk of you know what's been going down, all right, with you know with this Iraq strike on the Iranian commander, all right, that's going to be the judgment that you get, what they get, you know, what America gets, okay? Because y'all been mocking, y'all didn't listen to what we've been saying. We've been telling you World War III is coming, Armageddon's coming, keep the commandments of the Lord, you're an Israelite, all right? So now you sinners, y'all got to be destroyed along with the wicked, okay?
Verse 25. I will not spare them. Go your way, you children, from the power, and follow not my sanctuary.
He said he's not going to spare you, so get out of here. He said, go your way, man. So get out of here, man. Okay? The Lord said He's going to leave you here in America and melt you because you're good for nothing. Okay? Talking about really posted the memes about what would they do if they came and drafted them for World War III, and then you had this one Jake who was running butt naked through the streets, you know, just a short song, you know. They had another one with they had especially black people twerking, talking about some distracting Iranian military, so we can send the U.S. troops in, they twerking and dancing, you know.
Well, that's all the niggas good for.
That's all the niggas good for, man. Entertainment. That's all you can do.
That's all they could do.
Okay? That's all you Israelites can do. Is just entertain. You don't take nothing serious. Okay? But now that it's at your front door, okay? Well, hell, you still don't take it serious.
Still don't take it
And
serious.
it's at your front door. You know? We that close to things popping off. And you know, but hey, that's when the Lord said, go your way.
Yeah, because Jake ain't looking for the prophets.
They're not looking for the word of the Lord. You know, these streets should be filled up. Here it is, World War III is the top trending thing, you know, in these times. You know, of course, as far as 2020 goes, of course. But, you know, but as far as us prophesying and speaking about it, Jake don't want to hear. Jake still wants to, you know, attend these fucking celebrity concerts, you know, get their drugs and party and bullshit when a war is looming, man. Here it is, all these different things is taking place but Jake still don't want to get right. But it's gonna be a big. I told you something, man. And Jake is gonna start to see when it's too late. Too late.
Right.
Because it's really late in the game now.
Hell yeah.
Y'all late. You know? Hey, and they gonna, you know, it's just a matter of time. See, they'll take it serious if a celebrity tweets it.
Right.
You know, Steve Harvey said something, or you know, just throw a Jake out there.
Jay-Z.
You know,
Yeah, Jay-Z.
Jay-Z
Mayweather.
say something, or if Beyonce does a benefit concert, or she'll tweet something, or she'll post a picture on Instagram about the troops, and well, then that's when they're gonna put their 2 cents in. Yeah, y'all, it's the end, y'all.
Yeah. If Beyonce said World War III is popping off, get you a man of the Lord so that you can be saved. Those beehive hoes would be flocking to all the men in GMS, man. All Israelites.
Hey, it was another post. Jake mocking World War III, right? These black women, right? It's a post where it was like World War III, and then it was like all the women saying, us going back home to our man to cook and clean.
Yeah.
Because we ain't really,
Yeah.
But see, that's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. It's just gonna get real. And you women, you Hispanic women, you so-called black women, you Native American women, all right? Really, all you women.
All women.
Y'all gonna be looking for us, okay? Y'all gonna be looking for the ones that know exactly what's going on. We've been telling you for years what's gonna happen, okay? For years what's gonna happen. And now you wanna cook, clean, and you know, feed us.
You want to let me cater to you.
Right. Have a head wrap as tall as a goddamn fucking Empire State. You know?
But that's Isaiah the 32nd chapter.
With a garment as long as you know, wedding dress. You know. But you know what? The majority of you, we don't want you. We're gonna get some of you, but we don't want you. The ones you're gonna get is the ones that the Lord has set up. Okay? But now y'all want to get serious. It's like it's too late now. Y'all late. You know. And as this society moves forward, there's going to be a lot more situations that's going to get you people in your right mind.
Right frame of mind.
Sit your ass down.
Something could happen. Something could very well happen before taxes hit again.
Oh, willing.
Last year y'all was crying to Trump about give me my money. Now Trump trying to, now y'all scared about going overseas. Y'all can see, but hey, the Lord said he's not going to spare you. Okay? Go, I love you guys.
This is Jeremiah 11 verse 14. Therefore pray not down for these people. Neither lift up a cry of praying for them.
Hey, so here's what the Lord said not to pray for you. So we ain't praying for you. We ain't praying for your troops. We ain't praying for your well-being.
Shit, we laughing.
Okay, right. We're mocking you now.
It means that
Okay,
was a
we're
good laugh
laughing
the
at
other
you
day.
now because you ain't got no business, okay, taking the word of the Lord lightly, man. You're not playing with this word. The truth is something to be played with. But now that reality's setting in, you know, you want to, you know, put your 2 cents in.
Yeah.
Yo, man, the door of mercy is closing on you so-called black Hispanics and Native Americans. It's closing on you. Okay? Go ahead.
For I will not hear them in the time that they cry unto me for their trouble.
So when the real deal does go down, the Lord's not going to hear your prayers, you know, even if you try to call on the name. He ain't going to hear because it's too late. Okay? The only ones that's going to make it is the elect. If you don't make it, you wasn't the elect. You know?
Hey, it's a cycle. Because the Lord, he had his ears open to us before. Then we messed up. He closed them. And now they're reopened again. And it's about to go back into a time where it's going to close again.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
This is Psalms 110:3. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, and the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning. Thou hast the dew of thy youth.
Right, so in the day of our power, they're going to be willing. Okay, we're going to get that power, we're going to get the miracles.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get the healing and being able to do amazing things. That's when you're gonna be willing to come to the men of the Lord. Okay, and like I said, some of you gonna come in, but the majority of you, the Lord's gonna have you, out there weeping and gnashing of teeth. Feeling for yourself.
Super through.
Okay, super through. Super duper through.
Super duper through.
Super D duper through. Okay, go ahead. We go back.
This is Amos 8, verse 12. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and shall not find it.
You ain't gonna find it because we ain't gonna be here. Alright? It's like, hey, because best believe YouTube is ready to shut our pages now. They're ready to stop this truth from coming out.
Hell yeah.
But it's gonna be the time is coming. And you're not gonna find this word. That's gonna be it. Okay?
And then they're gonna run to their sorry ass pastors, and their pastor's not even gonna be there.
Well, the pastor's gonna tell you to take the chip.
Right?
The pastor's gonna lead you right to your doom.
I forget when they was closing down the churches. What event was that?
Joel
what
Osteen?
disaster? Yeah, Joel Osteen was
During
closing
that
down-
hurricane.
The
hurricane?
in Houston.
Yeah, the hurricane in Houston. You see, he closed them doors, man.
He said, fuck that.
So, what about multiple hurricanes? What about disasters and all these different things that's going to actually hit the shores of America? War, and all these things that's going to take place. You think your churches are going to open up the doors for all for the congregation? Hell no.
Right. Is your Osteen gonna open up a food pantry? Because now these churches. If you lack food, you can go to the church and get get food pantries and get some food.
Hell yeah.
But in these times of famine and things like that, they ain't gonna be doing that.
Yep.
Now if they do, okay, you can get food, but you got to take the mark of the beast.
Yeah.
You're gonna have these clergymen, these churches gonna be doing that.
You got a carpet.
I work at my job. Churches are listed as a charity. So, like you said, they're supposed to be doing that.
Yeah.
Supposed to be giving the chip too, like you said.
Yeah.
Right.
That's gonna be part of the
Charities give you the microchip. Okay.
All right, this is second Ezra 15 and 26. For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction.
Therefore, the Lord is going to deliver you Israelites that don't want to believe that you're an Israelite. The Lord is going to deliver you to death and destruction. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 27. For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and you shall remain in them. For the Most High shall not deliver you, because you have sinned against him.
Hold on, read that again.
That's heavy.
27.
But God loves the word.
But God loves everybody. The Lord loves everybody. Everybody?
I don't know. I
Everybody?
don't know about that one.
Should I say like outcast? Everybody? Everybody? I say like Soldier Boy. Everybody. Everybody. Go ahead.
2 Ezra 15 and 27. For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth.
So now the plagues come upon the whole earth. What are the plagues that are going to come upon the whole earth? Go back to
Get a little bit more tissue. Get a little bit more tissue.
read up a little bit.
2 Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up.
Read up. It's gonna say, plagues shall come.
2 Ezra 15 and 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world.
Okay, so these are the plagues that you Israelites, right? You niggas, as you call yourselves, are going to be left in. Go ahead.
The sword,
The sword, which is martial law, death, destruction, all these shootings. Go ahead. Famine, no food. All right, not being able to eat. Okay. All right, not getting your food stamps, your EBT card, and your WIC. Go ahead. Death. Right, stabbings, chickens, killings. Go ahead.
and destruction.
And destruction. So the Lord said you're going to be left in those plagues. Go back to verse 27.
will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death.
And then, Jake is already in poverty. And Jake be like, yo, what's worse than the poverty that we in?
Shit.
Yo, that convenience store and them dollar stores till you get your dollar chips and your candy bars and all that, there ain't nothing in them.
Right.
None of the stores, all that shit is empty, man.
Yep.
You go to a store and there's nothing but goddamn rodents running around eating the fucking leftovers of the crumbs of what people took, man.
You trying to eat one of them?
And you trying to eat one of them.
I think is it Dollar General, one of them dollar stores, they're going out of business and one is buying the other one out. Something like that. I don't know if it's Family Dollar, Dollar General, or Dollar Tree, but one of them.
One of the dollars.
Yeah, one of the dollar stores.
Because these tariffs are affecting these little stores.
These tariffs and this trade war. So we 27 again?
All right, 2nd Ezra 15 and 27. For now the plagues come upon the whole earth, and you shall remain in them.
And so y'all going to be remaining in that death, in that sword, in that famine, in that pestilence. Go ahead.
For God shall not deliver you.
Lord, the Lord's not going to deliver you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? See what I'm talking about? I'm saved by the blood of Jesus now. You're not saved. Okay? You're not saved at all. Okay? Now, if you were to come into the truth that we're speaking, and you were to keep the commandments, because the Lord said you're sinners because you don't keep the commandments or obey His word. But if you were to obey and keep the commandments, then you'll be covered. Then you'll be able to have that grace to get yourself together. But because you don't do that, okay, then the Lord's going to have to take you out.
Well, the scripture says in 24, woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments. Now, doesn't this guy Creflo Dollar say it's a sin to keep the commandments? So that's blood on his hands and blood on his, man.
What?
Look off. He said it's a sin for you to keep the commandments. He said don't keep the commandments because that's actually sinning against God.
Yeah, he said that.
But yeah, you're right. Because he's preaching the prosperity and grace is over just keeping the laws.
Yeah, if you're poor, if you're poor in their doctrine, you're evil. Basically, if you're not prospering, you evil. The Lord ain't with you.
What Bible verse is that, son?
This is Zechariah 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
That's right, your own leaders don't pity you. Your leaders don't pity you, and they don't give you the truth ultimately. All right, so they're not going to help you. Okay, Esau slays you, and the society kills you without that's all these cops and these unarmed Israelite men out here. All right, and then your own people don't pity you, man. They don't give a damn about you. Okay. The only ones that truly cares about you was us. We care about you so much that we curse your asses out. Right? Because we're not in the time to be playing games. Okay? If something really was to go down in the next week or two, y'all will be done.
Hell yeah.
But the Lord has his hand out for mercy, having us out here to tell you to keep the commandments. Okay? Go into the scriptures and understand who you are. Alright? Go back to that. One more again.
2nd Ezra 15 and 27. For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and you shall not reign in them, for the Most High shall not deliver you, because you have sinned against Him.
That's right. You don't keep the commandments, so the Lord's not going to deliver you. All right? Keep going.
All right, verse 28. Behold, a horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east.
Right. So now we're going to see, now you don't keep the commandments, and now this vision of the east, okay, this prophecy is getting ready to come to pass of what's building up right now into the war of Armageddon. All right, World War III. Okay? That's why, see, and that's why all that mocking that our people was doing yesterday, they're still doing. That's why that's really, you, I'm going to say every outer word you speak shall be held against you. Okay? Right. You're going to give account of in the day of judgment. Because now the Lord is gathering these nations up to destroy this place. Okay? Right? Hey, 2020 vision. This vision can come to pass. You know? We'll watch and find out. All right, go ahead.
Verse 29. Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth.
That's right. So that's all these nations in the Middle East, these Arabs, Israel, all right? They're gathering up their military. All right? Because you're seeing what's going on right now with Syria. You're having the East and the West pulling them this way, pulling them that way. And a lot of them are being allied over there with Russia right now. Okay? They're going to be out there with their military in the deserts fighting against the Edomites. Okay? Go ahead.
Continuing on, it says, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble.
Go ahead.
Also the Carmanians raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood.
Right, now the Carmanians, when you do your history, the province of Carmania was in Iran. If you look up Carmanians and Carmania, it goes back to Iran, all right, or Iran. So these Iranians, they have a heavy place in prophecy in these last days, okay? And here you got the serpent poking the boar. What is it? As the boar in the wood, as a wild boar, and they poking that wild boar. The wild boars are dangerous. They eat people. They'll attack you, they'll kill you, they'll bore you, they'll eat you. Attacking wild boars are eating humans.
They doing it in America.
That's how ravenous they are.
Yep.
That's what they're going to do to America. They're going to destroy, totally spoil this place and devour it with the nuclear missiles. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 30. Also the Carmanians raising their wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood. And with great power shall they come and join the battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians.
Right, so they're going to waste a portion of this land. Go ahead.
Verse 31. And then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature, and if they shall turn themselves, so like it.
Right, they're remembering their nature now. Hey, Ishmael's a wild man. So they're going to be all against at the prophecies. I believe we go over the prophecy about Ishmael. But the angel said that their hand shall be against his brother.
Yep.
Okay? That's what's going to happen. They're going to go back in that wild spirit. Okay? Well, you got these jihadists and these rebels. You know, all the Esau's paying them on either side. They still have, you know, a spot or a role to play. Go ahead.
Verse 31. And then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature, and if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them.
Conspiring together, so all of them gonna come together. You got that Muslim Brotherhood Assembly of Nations over there. Iran's included in that. Iraq, Afghanistan.
What's the United?
The United Arab Emirates.
Yep.
The UAE.
UAE.
Yeah. And they're in the Persian Gulf. Matter of fact, they're right on the edge. You know, right over there. You got Oman. You got Yemen. Right over there. Now that's part of the Muslim Brotherhood. You know, with the Arabs, the Ishmaelites.
Emirates. What they call them? Emirates? Is that?
Emirates. Yeah,
Emirates.
Emirates. Go ahead.
All right. Verse 32. Then these shall be troubled and keep silence through their power and shall flee. Verse 33. And from the land of the Assyrians shall the enemy besiege them and consume some of them, and in their host shall be fear and dread and strife among their kings.
Go ahead.
Verse 34. Behold, clouds from the east and from the north unto the south, and they are very horrible to look upon, full of wrath and storm.
There's all these armies, man. All these armies gonna be fighting in that land fierce. Okay? Hold that real quick. Go ahead.
This is Revelation 16, verse 12. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the waters thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared.
That's right, and that's what you're seeing. You're seeing the ways of the kings of the east being prepared. Everything is everything is in its preparation stage right now. Like when you go in Ezekiel 38, it says, prepare for thyself, and them that are gathered unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. All right, and that's what Russia's doing. See, right now what's going on is alliances are breaking up and then reassembling together in other places. Some are being strengthened, some are being worn out, some are being gathered anew, and they're all preparing the military for what's getting ready to happen over there in the Middle East. Okay, all eyes, the spotlight is over there, and what's going on over there in the Middle East right now. All right. And that's going to be where you have the judgment of Yahweh Shah come upon you heathen. Okay? You can try to prolong it in the new, with your news media and try to talk your diplomacy, but it's not going to work. Okay? And these prophecies are going to take place whether you purposely make things happen or not. All right? It's all the will of the Lord. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 35. Then shall smite one upon another, and they shall smite down a great multitude of stars upon the earth, even their own star, and blood shall be from the sword unto the belly.
So you're gonna have bloodshed everywhere, man. Okay. Go ahead.
Verse 36.
Worst murder scene ever.
What's that?
Gory.
That was a gory, grisly scene. Okay. Imagine the forensics in that area. Go ahead.
Verse 36. And dung of men unto the camel's hoof.
And dung of men unto the camel's hoof. That's all the way. Camels are tall animals. A camel, his shoulder could probably be as tall as that brother there, and then still be.
Camels is like moose sizes, man.
Yeah.
They're like mooses, man.
Yeah, camels are humongous.
Moose are
Huge. A moose is like 3 deers in one.
Some get 70.
Yeah, you can fall off some of those animals and break your leg, man. You can get jacked up.
Shit, they trample you, it's over.
Yeah, the trouble.
See what happened to the bison there. It's once they trample. Lions are huge, they're strong. Nothing you can do. You got them type animals going on.
Yeah, that's a lot of bodies, man. When you look into the World War II casualty, World War II casualty, it was multiple millions, man. Millions of people that actually died in World War II. How much more World War III? When the level of artillery is elevated. You have these guns, man. These be high power guns that you played when you was a kid on fucking 007 and Turok and shit like that. Them super guns, man.
BFG, what was that on Doom? Big fucking gun?
Yeah, them super guns, man. Them shit you be fighting where it's a goddamn 1,000 demons on, them video games. You push out them guns and they clean everything
Just
up.
one hit the button once and clear the scene, man.
Clear the scene. Esau got those guns, man. Those high laser guns. And then it's gonna take place from an aerial perspective. You're gonna have fighter jets fighting each other, blowing each other up. You're gonna have it's gonna be naval warfare and ground warfare.
I think Albert Einstein made that quote that he said, "I know not what weapon World War III should be fought with, but I do know that World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones, man. Because like you said, like the level of weaponry, this ain't World War I, World War II, Vietnam, where you dealing with, some M16s and, bunker bombs. Right. And no, the level up is crazy, man.
Was that 9 to 5?
Isaiah 9 to 5, yeah.
Shall be increased.
Remember that movie? What was that movie back in the day with Arnold? Eraser?
Oh, yeah, Eraser.
That whole movie was about the advanced military weapons. And the weapon that they had was basically they could shine that weapon into that building and see you in whatever room you in, and dial that weapon in, and then shoot that energy. It was just straight energy, and shoot through the walls, and shoot you and hit you right in the heart, man. Just zap you with straight energy. Esau got weapons. Like I still like it to be long-winded, but through the spirit, like, man, we ain't worried about no Satan 3 or. It's the shit that he ain't telling us about.
Hell yeah, that's it.
You know,
Classified.
You know,
I'm surprised he ain't got a Death Star, man.
He probably do. Cause you know, think about it. When you in the world, like maybe you younger brothers, and maybe my generation did this, but you know, we started the first day of school. Like, nah, I ain't gonna. This is that outfit I'ma kill him with.
Yeah.
I don't wear this on the first day. I'm gonna wait till like the next week, kill him. Everybody wear all they shit. I'm still gonna bring out this hot shit. That's how Esau do. Esau like, I'm gonna show them this. Like, I got this, cause I know what they got. But it's the shit that you got on ice.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we concerned about.
Nice.
Verse 37.
Esau got some shit.
2 Corinthians 15:37. And there shall be great fearfulness and trembling upon earth, and they that see the wrath shall be afraid.
Upon earth. Earth is everywhere, because the earth is on fire right now. The world is on fire, man. Protests, riots everywhere. I believe it was like over 20, maybe 21 protests that popped up last year.
I think it was 19 deaths in Australia.
You know,
Shit, 500
Right,
million
what's the,
animals done died in
fires?
Australia.
okay? Animals dead. Was it 500 million?
500 million animals.
You know, man. Over so many acres. I believe like 500 million hectares of forest burnt down over there.
You know that Australia just
Hey, so, as you know what's going to happen too, the animals, guess where they moving towards? The water. Because it's hot. So they're going to move toward the cities and to the coast. So don't be surprised to start hearing about different attacks and things out there. You know, insects and different diseases and stuff. Because all that stuff, that brings diseases too.
Yeah.
You know? Australia is some shit. Queensland and Sydney, Australia. And some majors coming in the earth. Okay, the whole planet's going to be affected.
But you got that movie coming out in a few days. The underwater joint where they was drilling. They gotta see that, and they basically they tapped into something, and some creature came out, man. So man, Esau know, man, like on all levels, man. Esau's in trouble, man.
Esau's in trouble.
Because through the Spirit, the Lord is on the same thing. Like how I said about Esau, is like, well, what do Esau got that we don't know? The Lord is the same way. He's like, oh, you think you got to figure it out? Wait until I let this loose.
The depths of Satan.
That's why, you know what I'm saying? That's why these guys downplay Leviathan so much, okay? We don't know what Leviathan is. We don't know what
We don't know how many.
We don't know how many.
Shape, sizes. What was that, Pacific Rim?
Yeah, Pacific Rim.
Hell, Godzilla. All them titans and monsters came out.
Man, we don't have because the thing is we have such a small view, and this is dealing with Esau too. You know, as far as the ocean goes, and really as far as the world goes, you know, Esau's not all knowledgeable like he, you know, omnipotent, or he has omnipresence in all places all over the world.
Right.
He doesn't know what's at the bottom of that ocean floor. You know, and like you said, that movie there, which I ain't seen it. I'm gonna have to watch the trailer, man. You know, to see. Because Esau's gonna tap into something of no return.
Yep.
Scientists, they're building their technology. Technology is advancing at an all-time high, so they're able to get deeper and deeper in that ocean floor, man. And they got scanners, they got you know, vision. You know, they can see through visionary lenses, you know, deep parts of the floor, but they can't see at the bottom though. You know, at the end of the day, it's still boundaries, because it tells you that in Job. Was that Job 14? You know, according to the boundaries that he can pass.
Yep.
And it's gonna get to a point, which we're in the end times, where he's gonna hit certain points. He's gonna hit certain things that the Lord wanted him to see. All right. We're gonna get to that point where things where the Lord actually kept covered up, he's gonna start uncovering those things.
That's right.
And it's already been written. We just declare the prophecy. It says we know in part, prophesy in part.
Right.
We just read and declare what's already written in the book that these men of the Lord, that whether firsthand created the earth, you know, or actually were co-establishers in building up the world, so to speak. You know, basically, you know, associates of prophets, men of the Lord that were you know, kept connected to the Most High, wrote down. They got their inspiration divinely from the Heavenly Father. And the Heavenly Father wrote, you know, he created the earth. Mm-hmm. So when he told these men to write these certain things with Leviathan, write all these different mysteries and things of that nature, best believe they exist because he created it, man.
Yeah.
You know?
A lot of that stuff they didn't
but
see.
he-
Like Job didn't see Leviathan, but the Lord gave him that inspiration because he was talking to him. You know, he said, "Can I draw out Leviathan with a hook and all of that?"
Mhm.
You know, you got, they say, I think about 30% of the earth is covered in forest. I was reading that earlier this morning. So, no telling what's in the forest.
Yeah.
You know?
They show you that in a good movie with that. Salaki is it's on, if it's still on the Netflix, Ritual. And that
Should
movie,
be.
yeah, and in that movie is based upon these hikers, and they hiking through the I forget what the countries was, but it's over there in East, like in Europe, and it's like they between countries, but then they like one of the guys got injured, and he was like, well, we could just cut through the woods to get to the other side of what we got to go through. Man, that was the worst decision they made, man. And you know what's old boy, what's Thor's brother's name? Loki.
Oh, he's in there. He's in the
The demon in the movie is supposed to be a bastard child of Loki.
Oh, okay. So they played on that.
They played on that connection. So it's like in the end of the day, all these myths, all these things, they have a connect tales. You know, the Loch Ness monster, the legends. You know, these different monsters and stuff. It's a, you know, every myth has a little bit of truth to it, man.
Right.
The word myth means truth.
It mean,
It goes back to when you think about mythology, yeah, it goes into muthos, which it goes into mouth because it was oral tradition. You know, which and it means the telling or the studying of truth. Mythology really means the studying or the telling of truth. You know, a lot of those stories in Greek mythology, you know, about the gods falling, which it tells you that in Jude, man. You know, the gods that left their first estate.
Yep.
You know, a lot of those things are actually prophecies and events. Say it again. You got Psalms 82. You know, you're a God, so you shall die like men.
Read that.
This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 43, verse 31. Who has seen him that he might tell us, and who can magnify him as he is? Verse 32. There are yet hid greater things than these be, for we have seen but a few of his works.
That's right. So the Most High got stuff hidden. Okay. Shoot, the sky. Shoot, all these chairs moving out the sky, man. I'm telling you, man.
We don't know how high the sky go.
How
We don't
the
know.
layers of the atmosphere go. And, come on, man. Esau.
It could be things living in
We
the
don't
sky
know.
we don't even know, just because of the perception.
Or it could be, right. Because, you know, you got mountains that they're so high. And I'm telling you what's living perched up there in the mountains, man. You know?
It was a children's movie, but Abominable. It just came out on DVD, and part of that movie was
Snowman.
with Abominable Snowman was to get him back to the top. And when he got to the top, when they got the little Abominable Snowman to the top of the mountain, it was like he was big, but then where he was going to, it was like god damn, like it was more of them. The Lord never created nothing; it was just one.
Right.
The scriptures tell us that we get that in Genesis, the first chapter. The Lord made a multitude of everything.
Oh shoot! I show you that in Harry and the Hendersons. You know, Bigfoot was out, you know, with their family, and they was getting them back to the woods. But when they finally got, like at the end, they finally took them back to the forest. Man, so many Bigfoot came out of the trees. I was like, oh shit, bro. You know, so the Most High got creatures out here, man. You know, is that it?
Yeah, I just wanted to, because you had mentioned like the 30%, the earth is filled 30% forest.
I think forest. Is that true?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I know if you looked it up.
I don't know. It may be more.
Oh, okay.
Real talk, I think that's a low number. You know, but you know, we never know.
Yeah.
But because the earth is big.
Right.
But we're just talking about the beast, and this is
Well, shit, not what Esau burned.
Cutting down shit. Yeah.
shit down. Yeah. This is
At least 30%, you know.
I'm gonna read Job 40 and 15, and then skip down to 21.
Oh yeah, I know
to
you're
just,
going to.
Yep. Just to back
Farmers,
what you're
yeah.
saying. So it says Job 40 and 15. It says, "Behold now, behemoth, which I made with thee, he eateth grass as oxen." So I'm gonna go down to.
Well, I gotta mention Behemoth real quick. Matter of fact, go back. Go down.
Okay, come on. So verse 21, just to back up what you were saying with the forest. He lieth under the shady trees, in the covert of the reed and fens. The shady tree cover him with their shadow. The willows of the brook compass him about. So we don't know what's in the forest.
Now there's a legend in Africa of this behemoth, right? Or this dinosaur, where they got the legends, like the myth that is because like when you go into it, it says that he thinks he can drink up the river Jordan, right? And there's a dinosaur in the Congo. His name is Mkele Mobimbe. Okay, Mkele Mobimbe, which translates to "he who drinks up rivers." Right, and he lives in that jungle, and we trying to go in, and then the people, the local people, they'll take them, but they only go so far. Because they'll tell the story, they was like, yeah, they got old stories. My grandfather went in there, he never came back, or he had to fight one off. He was in this boat, he had to fight one off. Because the most I got these creatures out here in these jungles, man. Although they burn these forests up, the most I'm gonna let them do so much.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, the more he burns, the more of them are gonna be revealed too.
That's right.
So you're gonna see a lot of stuff that you thought was just a story, a cartoon, and that shit gonna be real.
I give you another movie. I just watched it. Frozen 2. I guess I got a child, so I gotta watch a lot of children. And in that movie,
well, that's where they put a lot of truth in it.
They put a lot of truth. So in Frozen 2, they went into that where they basically went into the woods and they got basically an enchanted forest. They call them in the stories like the enchanted forests. And in it they had like it looked like mountains, but you think it's a mountain sleeping, but when it wake up, it's a fucking rock monster.
It shows you in that movie Pokemon Go. Mm-hmm. They had Esau was doing experimentation on Pokemon to make them super big.
Yep.
And they were in like their headquarters was like in the woods or whatever, where it's a whole bunch of mountains. Mm-hmm. But when the Pokemon awoken, those mountains were actually Pokemon.
They were actually Pokemon.
And they just rose up, and earthquakes started happening.
Yep.
And shit.
Yeah, they show you that in Frozen.
Godzilla.
Yeah, because Godzilla in the anime, and you thought Godzilla was a mountain, but he was Godzilla.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they show you that in Avatar. Last Airbender, he had to go. He was looking for an island, and he was on the island. The island was like a giant fucking turtle, like a giant creature. They show you that in the never-ending story too. He was on him, and it started moving, and he was like an ancient 1,000-year-old creature talking to man. I'm telling you.
It's gonna get live out here.
It's gonna get live, man. It could be 2000. It could be. You never know, but it's coming because it's written in the scripture. Okay. Oh, so let's go back to 7:15 because it's gonna Easter. I'm gonna show how people gonna have to go. I'm trying to run to the woods.
Second Ezra 15 and 37. And there should be a great fearfulness and trembling upon earth, and they that see the wrath shall be afraid, and trembling shall come upon them. Verse 38, and then shall there come great storms from the south, and from the north, and another part from the west.
Great storms are going to take place. Go ahead.
39, and strong winds shall arise from the east, and it shall open it, and the cloud which he raised up in wrath, and the stars stirred to cause fear toward the east, and west wind shall be destroyed. The great and mighty cloud shall be lifted up full of wrath, and the star that they make all the earth afraid, and them that dwell therein. And they shall pour out over every high and eminent place a horrible star. Next thing. Verse 41. Fire and hail and flying swords and many waters, and all fields may be full, and all rivers with the abundance of great waters.
So the Lord's going to bring all these natural disasters and things, because you hear about these, these mudslides. Matter of fact, they had I think it was a typhoon out there flooding they flooding heavy in I just seen it this morning, but yeah, Jakarta right now, they got some heavy flooding going on. It's up to the Lord bringing these waters, upon this earth, man. Okay? Indonesia, yeah. Go ahead.
All right. Verse the cities and walls, mountains and hills, trees of the wood, and grass of the meadows, and their corn. 43. And they shall go steadfastly unto Babylon and make her afraid.
Okay, and that's what these missiles gonna do. These missiles gonna come into Babylon and destroy it. Go ahead. That's like that Joel too. Go ahead.
Verse 44. They shall come to her and besiege her, the star and all wrath shall they pour out upon her. Then shall the dust and smoke go up unto heaven, and all that they be about her shall bewail her.
Right. Okay. They're talking about the nuclear destruction. Okay. The nuclear destruction is all these nations are gonna bewail this place when they see the smoke of her burn. Ooh, America.
I was thinking about doing this.
Verse 45. And they that remain under her shall do service unto them that have put her in fear. 46. And thou, Asia, thou art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person.
Right, so all these Asians and these North Koreans, China, alright, because you take part in, you know, think you're gonna be the next group. The judgment's coming for you.
Woe be unto thee, thou wretch,
Y'all rich. Go ahead.
because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee.
Right, well, when you look on the news, comparing China to America, it's damn near the same.
Yeah.
China's like that news, because China got heavy stake in Africa right now.
Oh, what?
Heavy stake in Africa right now. I think
Africa is China. That's China, man.
Africa is China.
Black Chinese.
That's why you're going to see, you go to Ezekiel 38 when you see
Black
Libya
China.
and say Ethiopia allied with Russia, Gog and Magog, because China's in the mix, man. Asia's up in there. And they're doing the same thing that America did because of that debt and that money they own. They got that leverage.
Hold on to the Asian.
Right, verse 48. Thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions. Therefore saith the Most High. 49. I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death.
So the same thing that's going to hit America when you play is going to hit Asia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Go ahead.
And the glory of thy power shall be dried up as a flower, when the heat shall arise that is sent over thee.
The heat that arrives on the sea, that place was missiles too. It's not going to be totally destroyed, okay? But it's going to take a heavy blow. Because you nations, y'all got to be put down. When you go into Jeremiah, it talks about the pride of Moab, man. Thou not that multitude.
You go out shrinking their ass.
You know what I'm saying? Shrinking your ass down to reasonable slave numbers.
Too many of them.
Slanted eyebrows.
Verse 51. Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes, and as one chastised with wounds, so that the mighty and lovers shall not be able to receive thee.
That's right. So the ones that you're trying to make alliances with, it ain't gonna work. The bricks gonna be broken up. The alliances, broken up. Okay. Because I think Russia just reactivated it and added to bricks. But that's gonna be broken up, man. A lot of stuff happened this week, man. A lot of things in prophecy happened this week. But the Lord, He gets the final say. All right.
52. What I will jealousy have so proceeded against thee, saith the Lord, if thou hadst not always slain my chosen, exalting the stroke of thy hands, and saying over their dead when thou was drunken.
Right, so the judgment that's going to come on Esau and his nations is going to be because you touching the children of Israel. All right? Because you put not people in captivity. You're going to get all these plagues, all these storms, ultimately the nuclear missiles. All right? You got to get that indignation from Yahweh Shai. Okay?
54. Set forth the beauty of thy countenance, reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom.
The reward of your whoredom shall be in your bosom. Right? Meaning you're going to reap what you sow. Go ahead.
Therefore shalt thou receive recompense. 56. Like as thou hast done unto my chosen, saith the Lord, even so shall the Most High do unto thee, and shall deliver thee unto mischief.
Go ahead.
57. Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down, and all thy shall perish with the sword in the field.
No matter where you go, it's going to be death and destruction. Go ahead.
They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh, and drink their own blood.
Right, you're going to try to run to the mountains, run to the forest, and you're going to be, there's no food out there. Hell, you're going to be running from the Abominable Snowman and shit. You're going to be running from Behemoth. There's going to be no help. No help out there. The only one that's going to get help out there in the mountains is the elect, because the forest and the animals and people are going to be elite with the Lord's men. Go ahead.
Continuing on, it says, for very hunger of bread and thirst of water. Verse 59. Thou as unhappy shall come through the sea and receive plagues again.
Go ahead.
And in the passage they shall rush on the idol city and shall destroy some portion of thy land. And consume part of thy glory, and shall return to Babylon that was destroyed. 61. And thou shalt be cast down by them as stubble, and they shall be unto thee as fire. 62. And it shall consume thee in thy cities, thy land and thy mountains, all thy woods and thy fruitful trees shall they burn up with fire.
That's what we're talking about is the destruction of this place. Okay? The destruction of this place is at hand. Okay? Go ahead.
Thy children shall they carry away captive, and look, what thou hast, they shall spoil it and mar the beauty of thy face.
So that means all this glory that you got is going to be done away with. Alright? That's why everybody hates America now. It's an ugly fat white bitch. That shallow Al cover is coming off. Man.
Sick as hell. One of them fat ass, you be seeing those super fat TV shows. Damn, 600, 700 pound woman
700 pound life.
can't even get out her fucking bed.
They cleave to the.
Gluttony.
Yeah.
They skin cleave to the fucking couch.
Hell yeah, they be lodged in the couch. When they actually get off the couch, you can see the goddamn imprint in the couch.
They gotta get surgery to get off that couch.
They gotta have, yep.
They have to cut the skin, yo. They gotta cut the skin
The
off.
bulldozer to goddamn turn them over on the other side.
House open.
You gotta cut the wall. You gotta have a wall.
Get a bulldozer
And
in a tow truck.
they'll have a fucking avatar where they looking like a 5'6" bad fucking diva, man.
Right.
That's America, man.
Catfish.
You know?
America's a big catfish.
You like, yeah, I'm gonna get in that. See the avatar? You gotta come over, you see this chick, like, yo, what the hell?
Did you bring the burger?
Catfish ain't even, I know. Catfish ain't even a word. Your ass can't even make me a burger.
You see that on your TV, catfish? That should be hell, boy. That's hell.
Damn. Sit on that.
That's it. Okay, man, what you got?
This is Revelation 18, verse 14. And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee. And all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all.
That's right. So when it comes down to what's going to come in society, there's going to be nothing left. Nothing left. The glory of this place, the beauty of this place is going to be marred, destroyed, and it's going to ultimately go down by fire. Okay? And that's going to be the judgment, the righteous judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Alright? Then I'm going to stick down.
Just like the brother was saying, man, we're in the end times, man. Everything that Esau painted this place to be is not what it's cracked up to be. Even those brothers in the faith, we're tired of this goddamn place, man. Esau has put out, Esau has put out an illusion that this is the place of rest. This is the place of adventure. This is the place where you actually come and you actually can get the dream that you want. And a lot of people have been deceived, and they see this place doesn't amount to a damn thing, man. But But you got that. Then you can get Isaiah 47. You know, because this is the haven and a center of witchcraft. And one thing about deception, sorcery, and trickery, it only works for so long.
That's right.
You know, like a bullshit magician. You know, you'll see the sleight of the hand trick, and after a while, if you read the books, you can actually see how that shit works, man. And then they can't even use that trick on you no more because you see past it, man. You know? And it's the same thing with America. America has the sleight of the hand trick. They do a lot of tricks and a lot of schemes and optical illusions to keep you entertained and keep you absorbed within the ways of the society. But the elect are waking up to the nonsense, man.
That's right.
You know? Yeah. And whenever you see something and you see it's rigged and you see it's not what it cracks up to be, you're no longer entertained by it, man.
Right.
Why the hell would you go to a magic app if you know how magic works? Alright,
right.
you know, you'll watch certain things, which like when I was a child, I used to like David Blaine.
Yep.
I used to like his street tricks. He used to actually go on the streets and, you know, do his little magic acts and go to the hood and whatnot. He had one DVD. He would go to the hood and he would, you know, do the little bedazzling to Jacob, oh, you know, going crazy or whatnot. But, you know, I started researching how he used to do some of this shit. You know, he would actually have he would do one thing where he would bite a quarter, and then he'll bite the quarter off and he'll spit, and that thing will come right back. But it was a way that he flips it. It's a way that it's an actual quarter that you can buy and you can actually flip it, and then pop it right back when you want to. But it looks like he actually bites the goddamn quarter off and spits it, and it actually comes back on. But after you see it, it's like, oh, this shit ain't, you know, it's not impressive no more. But when I first seen it, I was like, the niggas on the street, you know? And it's the same thing with America, man. You get all hyped up in this place, especially in your teens. You know, a lot of brothers that had college aspirations and went to college to, you know, be whatever you wanted to be in the society. Whether name some a brother wanted to actually go to college for, or
Shit, get in the NBA. You know,
yeah, NBA. You have your NBA dreams. You know, these women have their dreams of being nurses or being doctors,
Architects,
lawyers, architects, professors,
engineers.
And you like, man, look, it ain't even enough jobs out here. You know, jobs are at an all-time low. And then you start to see that you overqualified for the degree, and you see it's all bullshit, man. And then Esau pumped your head up, making you think that there is enough jobs. There is enough opportunity out here when this place is really stretched thin and it's at its latter end, man. So you got that?
This is Nahum 3 and verse 1. Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery.
Woe to the bloody city. Destruction to this bloody ass society. All right? He said it's all full of lies. It's full of deception. So when Esau's talking to you, you know, when you watch these different videos on YouTube, and they talking about you can make it and you can be the you know, if you want to be the president of the United States, if you work hard, you know, you could be that. That's all bullshit, man.
If you believe it, you can achieve it.
If you believe it, you can achieve it. You know, and you know, somebody in turn say, oh, these guys are just pessimistic niggas on the streets. That's basically dream killers. Nah, we're realists, man.
They're envy. We're the haters.
Yeah, we envy. We wasn't able to get nowhere in society, so we gonna talk shit about everybody. We're just a gang of losers, you know. Yeah,
Get
haters.
a job.
Bitter.
But used to tell us that, get a job.
Yeah. So they want to try to look at their and they get a job. We're realists, man. We see the real, man. We see the reality of what this place, you know, actually comes from.
That's right.
This place is designed to paint a picture for you to believe that you can actually get certain places. Like, and we said that the previous week. You have so many barricades wrapped around your spirit. You have so many obstacles that's deliberately designed for you not to get any goddamn work, man. And we under the curses. And the curses, it's not just a big cursed fucking Shinigami or goblin walking behind you. It's the system. The so-called white man has built this system to be adverse to the ways of us, man. You know?
Press down upon the waters.
Yep.
That pressing down goes to
Oppressing. And this place presses down upon the soul of each and every one of us. And we have, you know, we're hundreds of years behind the margin because the so-called white man, when he was building this establishment in the 1400s, you know, starting with Christopher Columbus, the 1500s, the 1600s, when we started to hit the shores here, he was working and keeping our asses down each and every step of the way. We wasn't receiving no type of compensation. And then you had, of course, around the 1800s, they say, the Emancipation Proclamation, you know, around that time, Jake started to get the workforce and started to get a little bit of labor pay. But come on, it's a little too late. It's hundreds of years you've been in a society, and now you're starting to get a couple quarters, man. While the so-called white men built these multi-trillion-dollar enterprises on top of your slave labor, man.
Yep.
So you're behind. And then you don't know how this place is designed. Esau has built criteria or academic centers that takes damn near a decade. A lot of this shit takes hundreds of years, or it takes a lot of time to actually figure out how this shit works, man. We're just now getting how it works because the Most High put a certain spirit on us to actually be avid readers, avid studiers, really get to the you know the ugly of this place, to really research, and then we getting an idea, you know, like, damn, this is how the prison system works, this is how the school system actually works, this is how policy works, this is how politics works, government, decrees, legislations, fine prints, you know, and we put all our heads together. We have to do all these things just to get a understanding, you know, and it takes work. But the so-called white man never fed us that in the public system.
No.
All right, he never, bred that type of information in us. Why? Because the scripture says, he that training up his child grew with the enemy. When you have a understanding on how things work, then you know how to work on top of it, man. You got some?
Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery.
It's full of lies and robbery. All right, we've been robbed. All right, the so-called white man is a thief by nature.
Yep.
Get John 10 and 10 real fast.
This is the book of John, chapter 10, verse 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy.
Yeah, the thief cometh not, but for to steal, to kill, and destroy. And we know the thief to be the so-called white man, all right? And what did he steal? He stole our nationality, he stole our culture, he stole our identity, he stole our property, he stole our like the scripture says, our goodly, pleasant things, you know? And you got to think, when you get robbed, man, it takes a lot of times to recover those goods. First off, it took a lot of time to get that.
Yeah.
If you get your place raided, in most cases, let's deal with like if you stay in a $100,000 house and you get robbed blind, you know, most of your money is really your assets.
Yeah.
It's not like they're going in there and stealing
cracking a safe in most cases.
Yeah, cracking a safe and it's $100,000 in your house. I'm talking about if it's $100,000 worth of material in your house, it's not going to be just a big ass treasure chest full of cash and everything else is not in the household, so to speak. It's going to be mainly whether it's your couches, whether it's your wine sets, whether it's your of course television, whatever property that you actually have. Yeah, your jewelry,
Silverware. Remember they show you that with the thieves stealing. They steal the forks, the knives, because that's fine china.
Yeah,
different paintings.
Yeah, your frescoes or your paintings, whatever you actually have in possession, assets. You know, and when you get those assets stolen, you know it's hard to recover. That's why Jake. What is Jake mostly doing these days now? They get insurance.
Yep.
Because if something like that happened, if you don't have insurance, you know how much time it's going to take to retrieve $100,000 worth of your property back? A lot of that stuff took, depending on the level of income an individual has, it takes decades to get that, man.
And the rarity of the assets.
The rarity of the assets, how far, how hard it was to obtain those type of access. The access that you actually have, some of the things might have been gifted onto you.
One of a kind.
One of a kind, so you would never get a return, and you'll never get nothing to like it. Yep. You see? So just think about the so-called white man being a thief, stealing nations, man.
Yep.
When Esau actually, took us down as a nation, he destroyed us to the point where it wasn't easy to build up, man. You gotta think when we fell as a nation, when the temple got destroyed.
Yeah.
The temple wasn't rebuilt overnight. Nebuchadnezzar, what was it, around 586 BC, when they vanquished the temple and they stole all of our materials and things of that nature, it took hundreds of years for us to even rebuild the temple, man, to reestablish it. You know, and it kept falling things of that nature now. Now look at us in today's time. From the time that the Romans came and ransacked Jerusalem in 70 AD until this point now, you know, the temple is really starting to be rebuilt now. You know, it really started, you know, around the 60s, 70s through the Spirit. But that's hundreds of years, man, for us to actually get an idea of who we are, you know, to actually come together, assimilate. As it is written, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. You know, to be on one accord, to actually get the proper understanding to build. You see? So the so-called white man has done a great job being a goddamn devil, man. Read that over. What you got, Shalom?
This is the book of John, chapter 10, verse 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy.
Yeah, and thieves don't come in the spirit of charity. You know, they might look like they try. Like you have these different thieves. They might give you a 10, wanting change, and they damn near they'll probably give you a $10 bill, and then next thing you know they're getting $20, $30 back because it's a little slick. You know, they'll show these things on YouTube how these little guys.
Yeah.
Because he's a goddamn thief. Con artist.
Hey, there's a guy that did that with a 50. He gave him a 50. He gave him $49, and he was like, and he said, "Oh, you need one more $1." He was like, "Oh, okay, my bad. I need one more $1." And then he put out another 50, and he said,
Matter of fact, give me
he said, "Can I get change?" Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he said, "Okay," but he said, "I need 100." So he gave him 100, and he got to keep the 50. But really, he shortchanged him. He got an extra 50. Man,
I watched one of those videos. I had to go to the comment. I was getting simple. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, yo, how the hell? Because you always like to think about, you know, you being simple and his truth. You know, when it comes to deception and wickedness, you're like, yo, how the fuck did he do that shit, man? So I had to watch the video and I had to rewind it and look at it.
He finessed him.
Yeah,
he's like, oh, because he got him off his focus by giving him 49 first.
And he like, matter of fact, and how he talk to him.
Yeah, how you talk. Yeah, you gotta do it like that. You gotta.
But that's the so-called white man. You know, he'll come in the name of actually looking like he's trying to give you something, but he's taking something from you. Think about these loans. You know, you go to the bank, you know, and you'll try to get a loan, but Esau, first and foremost, he wants to put your ass in a debt where you can't pay, and he wants to charge you interest, which both is basically a sin. You know. And then they give you certain debts in a society where you can't be released from it. You can't be released from your student loan debt. No matter how much you owe. You can't file any type of chapter. You can't file chapter 7. You can't file chapter 11 because he's a thief. You know. And then those
I think that's the biggest
prices
debt in the country.
Yeah. And then those prices in education are they know that here it is, you 19, 20 years old running up a crazy debt. You know, Esau knows that you're ignorant. He knows that you don't have a level of discernment. You know, he knows you don't know how finances and how money operates because he's a thief. And he's running a Ponzi racket. You know, if you see how Ponzi schemes work, say for instance, this brother may give me $700, right? And I say, all right, give me the $700. I'm gonna give you $1,400 back within a 9-month time span. You give me the $700, I'll give you the 14. You know, this brother might give me 6, I might give him 12. All I'm doing is circulating the money. That's how Ponzi rackets work. Taking a little bit of his money, giving it to you, giving his money to you, giving his money to you, and you thinking that you're actually making a profit. And at the end of the day, he take all everybody's money and close up shop. But you thought that you was actually making money.
That's what they fold.
Yeah, and that's how Esau works. That's how his stock market works. That's how his system works. You be thinking you're making money. You think your net worth is raising up. You think you're gaining more assets. You think you're getting richer. But you're really getting poor. You're getting more in debt. And you're basically dying off little by little, trusting in the system. But that's the main point on that. You can go back to the Nahum.
Nahum 3 and verse 1. Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery.
Full of lies and robbery. And I just brought out a couple examples on how the so-called white man will lie, trick you, and rob the shit out of you at the same time, man.
It's crazy because, here it is. Ever since you was born, it's going to elementary school.
Then you go to middle school, and what he always pushed, you know, what you want to be, you know, when you go to college, what you want to be when you grow up. That's him, you know, circling you right there.
Yeah.
And then when you actually follow his ways, you're like, okay, I want to be a fireman. Man, you down there in the $100 debt.
Hell
Right?
yeah.
That's why all these people are so bugged out today. Debt. It's so bad out here. Oh, it's like it's so bad out here. They even made a show on it, a little game show where you can actually win your debt off.
Yeah.
That's how deceitful these crackers are, man.
Yeah, because they don't want you to raise up and elevate and become independent. See, what we're doing right now is an act of independence, which is an act of rebellion. Whenever you're independent or what they call free thinker, you're a rebel. You know, you're trying to go against the grain or you're trying to go against the system that you depend upon. You know, the scriptures speak about not to trust in Egypt, but to trust in the living power. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. What Moses did was an act of independence. What Noah did was an act of independence. What Yahweh Shah did, the disciples, the men of the Lord, which was rebellion. You know, they turned and made war with the system that they was in because they wasn't complying with the ways of the system. They didn't want to get robbed anymore. They didn't want to get lied to anymore. And they didn't want to trust in those lies and that robbery. They didn't want to trust in the deception. They wanted to trust in the truth. So they turned to the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah fully. All right, keep going.
God, it says, the prey depart not.
The prey depart not. And we are the ones that's getting preyed on. Can you get Isaiah 42? 22. These are people who rob and spoil.
This is Isaiah 42. 22? Yeah. Isaiah 42 and verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
But this is a people robbed and spoiled. We are the ones that's robbed and spoiled. We don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out, man. Us as a nation, we're national poor. We're in national poverty. Okay. We're in national poverty, you know. For the most part, when you look at our people, we're in the lowest state. And that's not only blacks. We're talking about Latins. Let's deal with Latin America, man. There's certain parts of Latin America that you gonna go and you're gonna get out of, man. Brazil. Yeah, you had a lot of jakes last year. What'd you say?
I said Brazil, Venezuela.
Yeah. Oh, Brazil, Venezuela. And you watch these different documentaries and movies, you know, like pertaining to Brazil and these different places. You're like, God damn, man, do I even want to travel? You know?
Right.
Hell, you had individuals last year going to the Dominican Republic. They was winding up dead.
Yep.
Even if you just want to go over there and sip some little Latin drinks and, you know, do a little tango or whatever. Yeah, mojito. Yeah, eat you a little bit of chicken and rice. Some
Alright,
beans,
go over there.
man. Yeah, and parlay.
Go over there and get hit with brujeria.
Yeah, hell yeah, your ass dead, man. Why? Because this system is a curse, man. You like to read that over?
God, this is Isaiah 42, verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
Yeah, we're robbed and we're spoiled. Whenever somebody spoils you, they take all your booty, they take all your goods.
Yep.
And spoiling usually is a term that's used in warfare. Whenever spoils of war. Yeah. Whenever you take down a nation by right, you can spoil their goods. All right, you take them down first, you kill the men, and what do you have in the aftermath? You have the women at your disposal, you have the kids at your disposal, you have the property at your disposal. All right. And look at how our women are mistreated in today's time. You know, I'm not justifying the women, but I'm just saying. You know, look at how you know a nation by the women. All right, let's deal with the optics. When you look at the Arab women, their women are in order. You know, a lot of them can't even go to public. Like, you know, you have like journalists and have interviewers. A lot of them women can't even do interviews and things. They just started driving like last year. Yeah, they just started driving. And some of them don't have a problem with it. Most of them don't have a problem with it. But they'll put it on media like they're just pissed off and they want to goddamn drive. You know,
And twerk on videos.
yeah, twerk on videos and all that
They don't
bullshit.
care, because that's not how they grew up anyway.
That's not how they grew up.
Like you said, the women of our nation are the most objectified of all women.
Yeah, and look at our women. Our women are the most rebellious.
Yep.
We have the shortest so-called relationship lifespan.
Yep.
You know, when you deal with marriages,
Shit, divorce.
we have the highest divorce rate. You know, Jacob married a woman 1 year. Oh, you have videos of women that they'll have sex. It was I seen this video. A woman was having sex with her fiance's
Brother.
brother.
He played it at the wedding.
And what were they? Were they black?
I don't think it was black though.
You don't say it was black.
No.
I think that was the white people.
They might have been Northern
I
Kingdom.
think
They
they were
look
black.
Arab, but they was either Arab or Northern Kingdom.
Yeah, she over here getting popped, getting slammed down right before she get in the ring. Basically put on her finger, man.
Yeah.
And before she said her vows, and she'll, whatever the hell they said, yeah,
Ever out.
yeah, forever and ever after that
That's why I said,
bullshit.
look, man. I said, we don't like it.
Keep going on that.
All right, on continue verse 22. There are all of them snare and holes.
All of us are snared in holes. Look at you see these goddamn squares all over the place. Those are boxes, man.
Yep.
And a lot of those boxes that we be seeing is where Jake lives at.
Yep.
You go in these houses, man. You go in these little apartments, man. You be damn near finna fall out of them right when you go inside them.
Right. Walk
Goddamn,
in,
man.
walk in the front door, and then walk out on the goddamn back door.
Hell
Back
yeah.
porch. Walk in the front door, you out on the back porch.
What's going on, man?
Tiny. They call them tiny houses.
Yeah, they're tiny houses. Oh, and you'll see these tiny houses they're selling on like Amazon or eBay or whatnot. Like, man, this shit bigger than my spot. It's only for like $20,000-$30,000. Shit, these
y'all
tiny houses be somewhat sizable, man. Be on one.
I don't know if y'all seen
What
Stormy, Kylie Jenner. She got her daughter a house for Christmas. Man, they don't got AC in it. They got
Oh, she
wood
got her tiny
floors.
house?
Man, she got it's like a playhouse, but it's like
Nah, it'll be official.
Yeah, man, they're like a regular
Stainless
house.
steel appliances in
Yeah, got like
Yeah, they be having them dog, these
It was
celebrities be having
big,
these dog houses.
Everything wasn't real, so you won't hurt us.
They dog
it was
houses be
big.
goddamn bigger than our fucking houses, man. It's crazy. You'll see certain houses in Esau have a room bigger than your whole goddamn house.
Yep.
Yep.
The closet is bigger than your bed, than your damn bedroom.
The fucking playroom be your whole house.
Yeah, the
Yep.
playroom be your fucking whole house.
Shit.
Speaking of Kylie Jenner, she bought her daughter fucking
That's why I just.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah. Sorry, read it off.
That's fair,
Brother,
Yeah,
this
it's spirit. It's all the spirit, brother. I'm like,
Speaking of college,
Speaking of what?
That made me think of something.
But now there's two though. These little houses.
let me hit you with something.
Let me hit
I'm
you with
going to talk
something.
about Kylie.
Hey man, let me get back to Yeah, God.
You know, Jake can do that sometimes.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good.
And they are hid in prison houses.
And we're hid in prison houses, Hell, a lot of those prisoners, if you want to be technical, prisoners pay more damn near rent than we do for our houses, man. The workload that they actually put and everything that actually comes as far as compensation, they actually, their boxes is damn near the same worth as the boxes that's what I want to actually drive home, is the boxes that they actually live at is the same worth as the boxes that we live in, man. You see? And that's why people buy into these prisons. That's why they buy into these different apartments.
Yeah.
Why they establish these different apartment regions or these different houses. And they make it where you never could buy it or you can actually own it. But you always got to pay for it. You got to pay top dollar to live here. You got to pay top dollar to live here, but it's never yours.
Well, you gotta pay condo fees.
Mm-hmm.
They make them pay
That's
another
taxes.
It's a because see Esau's system. The reason why he wants you in these buildings is because it's more he can tax you higher. Whereas if it was one house on this corner, then he might only be able to get one person's taxes. But being that there's fucking 100 people in there,
Yep.
he can tax. He's getting taxes. He's getting taxes from everybody in that house off of that one address.
Yep.
Esau's a devil, man.
That one building.
He's
That
the
one
devil.
building.
Yeah. And that's why we say the system is against us, which I was gonna go into that through the spirit of Isaiah 47, but I just dropped it for the the sake of time. But we in these times where we have to just wake up and push out of this place. The scripture says, matter of fact, y'all ended with that Micah, you can quote that Micah 2 and 10, read that Micah 2 and 10, we just spoke with that. It said, this is not our rest.
Oh yeah.
This isn't a place where we could just chill out, man. This isn't a place of relaxation, a place of therapy. This is a place of nausea. This is a place of trauma. This place invokes bad spirits. This place provokes wrath. It provokes demons.
It invites demons like a mother.
It invites demons like a motherfucker. You get one demon off, you got 5 more on you. You're like,
Oh.
Damn, man, I thought I was done with my demons.
Right.
Yeah, like, yo. And my demons be walking through the house. I don't even be bothered by their ass.
Like, yeah, just,
Be on the couch and shit. Like,
I just say it, man. I don't pay him no mind. You know, if you actually can see
Drinking all the almond
actually
milk.
see spirits, they're like, oh, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, that's just my demon. Don't worry about it.
He comes and goes, man.
He nice with him.
Yeah, he cool sometimes, man. You know, fucking inherent demon. You know, we saying it just being humorous, but that's real. That's the real, man. You know, spirits are they just here, and you just gotta adapt. You know, till the Lord delivers us. You know, you can't go crazy and you know, fucking commit suicide. You know, you just gotta deal with the situation. As people say, deal with the cards that's dealt. Read that.
This is Micah chapter 2, verse 10. Arise and depart.
Yeah, it's the time to raise up as a nation. Get the hell up out of here first. Mentally.
That's right.
Get your frame, that American frame of mind, throw that shit out the window, and put your frame of mind in the kingdom, man. Be a visionary. Keep your eye. The scripture speak about the light of the body is their eye. Your eye and your focus should be lasered towards salvation. Seek ye the kingdom of heaven, not the American dream. That's right.
For this is not your rest.
So this is not our rest. This is not a place of peace. All right. This is not this is not Yasha Allah's home. All right. This is not Jerusalem.
The mother of us all.
This, huh?
Like the mother of us.
Nah, this is not the mother of us all.
Right.
It's the virgin daughter of Babylon, the mother of harlots.
That's right.
All right, keep on.
Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you.
Yeah, and that's why we sick as hell even unto this day, man. I'm sick while I teaching on the spirit. Because this place is polluted and it'll destroy us. And in order to stay in the spirit, you have to stay in the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, read, constantly study, and be amongst the brotherhood. Alright? And if we do that unto the end and fight and endure to the end as it is written, then we'll be the same ones to receive salvation, Lord willing.
That's right.
So we're gonna end it by giving all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushua, Ba'Shem, Kakodash.
Dove on the apostle and elders of the great millstone. Shalom.
Shalom.